What sort of a year are the Demons having?
It's a grand old flag! It's a hot mighty flag! It's the anthem from the end!
A hell of a year. And the news from Adelaide. Wren out for the season.
Still Wren in trouble and they've called for the stretcher.
McGuinness does knee. 8 weeks.
McGuinness is not well either.
From Football Park, 7 Sport presents Adelaide and Melbourne on Friday nights football.
Hello, welcome to Football Park in Adelaide. Another very big crowd, and the big news tonight is that Gary Lyon will not be playing for Melbourne. Apparently has an injured hamstring at training late in the week, so a real body blow for Melbourne. So both teams are suffering a bit at the moment. As I welcome Kevin Bartlett to the telecast, Adelaide have reacted rather savagely. 6 changes, 3 unforced. McLeod making his debut, and 3 other players coming in for the first time this season tonight, Kevin.
Yes, well, Wiedemann, Visca and McLeod come in. They haven't played at all this year. Bad news for Melbourne on Gary Lyon because he's booted 17 goals this year. He's their leading goal kicker. But the Adelaide line-up with those 3 new players coming in gives it a bit of a fresh look, and they certainly do need a fresh look, Adelaide, after their shocking performance last week against Sydney. Tony Modra, well, he's the star for them up forward. He's been very, very poor this year. Looks like he's lost the magic touch just for the time being. Towards the end of last year, he struggled, and he's only kicked 9 goals in 4 games so far this year. So it's a big night for Tony Modra. They need him up forward. Brett Chalmers, he's a very controversial player. He's often been in the news ever since his days at Collingwood and Richmond, but he's got that tough job holding down full-back. And the Weedie's back, the cold hero for the Adelaide Crows. Look at that stare. I tell you what, he would even scare Mark Jackson.
And that's saying something, isn't it, Kevin? Well, for Melbourne, they've got 2 of their recent best and fairest players back in Todd Viney and Glenn Lovett, but no Gary Lyon or Sean Charles.
Well, Glenn Lovett's a best and fairest winner, and so is Todd Viney. They're very important around midfield for Melbourne. It is unfortunate now they've lost their 2-pronged attack with Lyon being out. Sean Smith's been good. He's booted 10 goals for him this year. But Tingay, to me, captain tonight, such an important player. I'm certain he'll lift with the captaincy. He's a bit like Matera. He just controls the wing from half-back to half-forward. Very, very important player for Melbourne. Jimmy Steins last week against the West Coast after half-time really started to show the form that won the Brownlow medal. Tonight's a big chance for him to stand up. And this man, Sean Smith, is he going to give us some thrills and spills tonight? He may take the mark of the year.
Well, there's a confident prediction from Kevin Bartlett. So much to lose for the team that goes down tonight. There's a real edge to this game. Back with the opening bounce after this break.
Australia's #1 sporting roundup, Sports World, with Bruce McAvaney. Sundays on 7.
You better make that 2. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment.
Stick figure in bowl for taste. Round the board and twist. That'll be the price drop catalogue.
Plastic buckets, 80 cents each. Arlec White Pointed Lantern with bonus battery, just $13.95. 4-litre spring flat plastic, a bargain at $11.95. Gutter getter, $6.75. Even less for handy-card holders. And 4-litre super motor oil, great value at $5.95. The Bunnings 10-day price drop is on now.
Pat Bunnings.
Still punctual, Douglas. I am impressed.
If you want to be really impressed, do you know...
I ordered 2 large pizzas, Douglas. Not a lecture. There's your $16.90. Off you go.
But, Dad...
You're not going to ask me for a tip, are you?
No, Dad. This time I'm giving you a tip. 2 large pizzas are now only $14.90, so normally you save $2. But tonight, you don't. See ya.
2 large pizzas, now only $14.90. Phone 131166.
You know, it's surprising how people go around in circles when it comes to understanding roundabouts. Just remember, always give way to the traffic already on the roundabout. If you're a safe driver, over 30, and haven't had an accident in the last 3 years, you may be eligible for great rewards on your car insurance from FAI. So call FAI on 131000. And remember, drive safely. It's a road, not a racetrack.
This RAA symbol has always represented the pinnacle in motor service standards. Earning RAA endorsement is the toughest test of all. One service group has set their sights on this ultimate goal, to offer nothing less than the highest standards, and so earn the right to display the RAA symbol at every one of its outlets. Not surprising, that group is UltraTune. There are 16 UltraTune service centres and they're all RAA approved. UltraTune, in tune with you and your car.
New to 7. New to Saturday nights. The ultimate TV sports. You'll thrill to their skill on the suspension bridge when nobody gets past.
Nobody!
The ball game with a difference.
I just like to smash them.
Tug of war with a twist.
They're going to regret it.
Saturday, who will beat the Gladiators?
I know I can do it.
It's so addictive, you'll be left screaming for more. The Gladiators are coming straight for you.
Did you like that play?
The Gladiators, 7:30 Saturday on 7.
Welcome back to Football Park. Kevin Bartlett. Melbourne's had some chances. They've lost 5 straight, but they've been in the matches, particularly against North and Essendon.
Well, they certainly had chances to win those games. And in fact, Melbourne's played some good football this year. But as Neil Baum says, unfortunately, they haven't been in front at the right end of the season. And as far as AFL football is concerned, you've got to be in front at the end of that fourth quarter.
The 1995 AFL Premiership season. Brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Australia, Qantas, McDonald's, Mobil, Carlton Draft, and National Australia Bank.
And for the Crows, unbeaten at home again this season, no wins away. They've won 73% of their matches at home since 91, just 26% away from Football Park.
And when we have a look at the where they've finished over the last 4 years, maybe the Crows have been a bit overrated. 9th, 3rd and 11th, and the year they finished 3rd, they had to win the last game here against Collingwood in 1993 to make the final. So whilst there's always been big raps on the Adelaide Crows, if we have a look at 3 out of their 4 years, they have really struggled to match it with the good sides.
At half-time tonight, as we look at David Pittman, David Schwartz will join us from Melbourne and Sean Wren from Adelaide for their half-time review. Schwartz and Wren. Neil Curley's down on the boundary line. Neil, what are the conditions like?
Conditions are very good down here, Bruce. There's a slight wind on the left of the screen, a slight dew, but it's a fair night for both the tall and the small. So there'll be good high marks taken, a lot of good ground play, and it's a crunch game for both sides. Like Melbourne desperate in it, so do the Crows. So there should be a lot of strong body work.
Good on you, Neil. Welcome, Robbo, as we're about to start the game.
Yeah, big crowd, Bruce. Looking forward to an exciting tussle.
Crows to the right, and the Demons go to the left. Stephen Tingay, captain of Melbourne tonight, coming in for Gary Lyon, and Mark Bickley, the captain for the Crows, coming in for Tony McGuinness. So Melbourne kicking to the end that Neil feels will be the scoring end. They're going to miss Gary Lyon, no question about that. We saw him on the plane coming over. We saw him get on the bus coming out to the ground, but not here. Out on the ground. Stein's going against Pittman. Connell, good tackle. That's been a feature of Melbourne's play throughout this early part of the season, the pressure they've been able to put on the opposition, particularly North Melbourne and Essendon in the opening half. And Connell gets the first free kick against Cowell for an illegal tackle.
Connell from the centre of the ground, kicks to left half forward. Not a bad pass. Rashudo drops the chest mark. Away goes Seacamp for the Demons. A long kick by Seacamp down the wing, ill-directed, and it is out on the full. So the free kick will be taken for the Crows by Bickley. Gets the hand pass away. Connell for his second kick. In towards half forward, at the back, Neitz, good mark. Judged that a little better. Good hands by David Neitz. Well, Demon supporters left lamenting with Gary Lyon's unavailability. Seacamp marks the ball, right half back. He's about 15 metres forward of the 50-metre area as far as the Crows are concerned, and kicks it out towards the wing. Good mark in front of his face taken by Primke.
It's been pretty good, Primke. Played in a winning premiership team here at Woodville West Torrens. Centre wing. Second season with the Demons. Jamison and Sean Smith opposed to one another. Jamison went for the thump. He gets back on it as Visca went to ground. Quick kick around his body. Didn't get very far. Viney over the top of it. Smart in there. Viney again over the top of the footy. Glenn Lovett now gets his hands on it. Pittman and Smart, a couple of the tacklers. And Visca, as we look at the Crows bench, there's young McLeod, the 18-year-old on the right.
Ingerson down there, and also Kluzak.
McLeod making his debut. Weather, currently 12, expected to get down to 8.
Already Pittman stirring Jimmy Steins up. We saw at the first centre bounce. Bit of aggro between those two players.
Kicks to centre wing, Pittman. Liptak was in the front spot. All good take by Needs. Had 3 goes. Controlled it long enough and gets the mark. The youngest player for Melbourne out there tonight, just 20 years of age.
David Neitz has already taken 2 marks. This is a pretty good effort in front of McCartney. Took the umpire a long time to blow the whistle, in my opinion. The ball knocked back towards the wing. Good gather by Cowell. Gives away a little bit of ground. Goes back to Hopgood. Hopgood across his left shoulder. Gets good distance with the kick. It falls to the front. Glenn Lovett. Away to Obst. Obst looking to give the hand pass, then throws it onto his right foot. Ordinary kick. Brilliantly gathered by Weltman. Away to Smart. And away go the Crows. This is Connell. Connell from right half-back. Kicks it in short. Wiedemann's a chance. He runs onto the football. He's well harassed. The ball spills now for Ben Hart. Ben Hart's kick is well directed. The mark is taken by McDermott. Just forward of the wing is Chris McDermott, the Crows veteran. Holding the ball up, looking for players to lead. He kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. It's dropped there by Connell. The ball spills now. Chance for Brown. He's well tackled. The ball spills. In goes McDermott once again. And the play is held up on centre wing. And the umpire will bounce. So look at the crowd packed in here at Football Park. Neil Curley has already mentioned what an important game it is for both sides.
Viney, the ex-Sturt double blue here in South Australia. Back from suspension. Best and fairest of the club in 1993. 11-4 on Adelaide with the National Sports Book. Arguably shorter with the withdrawal of Gary Lyon. Those odds may have been adjusted. They were 5-2 on earlier in the week. Here's Dyson. Round the body. Up to half forward. Visca, who played in all those finals in 1993 for the Crows, but has struggled since. It's his first game in 1995. Punches it out of place. He get badly injured in Sydney one night, and it just set him back. Steins down to Dyson, to Viney. Viney well inside 50 now. Smith from the side. He can take a mark. Bickley gets back courageously. Jamison out of bounds on the fall. Ooh. Not what was required. He was trying to concede a behind, I feel. And he's given away a free kick right in the pocket. Cow to take it. Round on the left. Good kick. That is a goal. Darren Cow with the first goal after Jamison concedes. He's pretty disappointed with that Melbourne strike the first blow.
Yes, this is a lucky goal with Jamison just kicking the ball off the ground, and it's a good goal by Cowell running around. But Ops has Jarman in the centre bounce. Cowell's picking up Bickley, and Viney's on Connell, and Stephen Phoebe's lined up in the forward pocket in face of Gary Lyon.
Ruck interference again, and he's given it against Steins. Well, we can look at that both ways. Jimmy Steins is just bemused by that. Both big fellas having a go at the football, and it's with Pittman. Pittman kicks to half forward. In front, good mark. Rashudo. Exciting player, isn't he, Mark Rashudo?
Well, he went full forward last year up in Sydney when Modra was out and kicked a bag of goals. Started playing off across the half-back line, but I think he's well worth trying always up on the forward line to give him a two-pronged attack with Tony Modra.
Seacamp completely misjudging it. Rashudo, look at the kick. Oh, gee, that had some penetration on it. But offline and through for the Crows' first score. A behind, kicked by Mark Rashudo. Goal to Melbourne, kicked by Darren Cowell. It was a beautiful kick. Just taking advantage of running around onto the left foot. The kick in towards half-back. Viney. Good contest provided by Connell. Viney just got an important left foot to it. Not quite to the advantage of Sean White. And he's quite content there to see the ball go over for a boundary throw-in. It is in the right forward pocket for the Crows. about 40 metres around from their goal.
Kluzek getting ready to come on. Steins lays it down. Opt is running with Jarman. Got a high tackle, free kick. Ben Hart running with Stephen Tingay. So some good matchups. Opt's kick perfect to Steins at halfback. He's playing in his 180th consecutive match. Kevin Bartlett's used to that. He played 173 straight at one stage and then 150. Meeks gets the free kick. Lamprell given the advantage. Visca underneath it. Not a good kick by Lamprell. Visca's going to switch it. Courageous play. Pretty good kick to Jamieson. Terrific mark. It's a wonderful mark under pressure. Kept his eye on it all the way. Had Smith taken him out there could have been some problems. Wellman runs away. Very wide. Smart leaps after it. Stops and props on Primke. Gets around him cleverly. A bit too easily, actually. Now the centre wing. Not a good kick. Out on the full.
Well, that's forced because of the fact that he had no one to kick to. I'm amazed, Kevin, if they've got no one to kick short to, why they don't go longer to the 50-metre line.
And kick to space. Smart's now picking up Primke because they've just taken Chalmers from the ground and they've brought on Kluzek.
Notice Chalmers had a heavy bandage on his forearm. That's a terrible kick by Seacamp.
Inexcusable.
So a comedy of errors here for a moment, halfway through this opening term. Adelaide trail a point to a goal. Cow scored the goal after a mistake from Jamieson. Now Connell back to centre wing. Neitz and McCartney. Not a bad effort by McCartney that time. Neitz has been on top early. Hilton back to Matthew Phoebe. On the left. Wiedemann should take it. Falls hard in the end and he did make a valiant attempt. Went to ground. Connell gets back. Handball to Smart. Lovett put the pressure on the Weed. Well done. Then caught. Good tackle by Viney. Some good footy by Melbourne harassing Visca. It's a bit irresponsible in the way by Visca in on Lovett high and gave away a free kick at half forward. Then goes to Viney.
Yeah, it was too crude, wasn't it? Todd Viney's kick into a vacant area at half forward. Leading onto it is Smith couldn't take the mark. The ball spills to the back. Viney. Can he get past? No. Good tackle by Jarman. Well done by Andrew Jarman. Lovell tackled by Bickley. Some strong stuff close in there by both sides. And the ball held up just wide of centre half forward for Melbourne.
And there's Chalmers on the bench. Chalmers there with Ingerson and also young McLeod. And there's a terrific tackle here by Jarman. I think he's a wonderful tackle the way he gets his arms around and just dispossessed Ops on that occasion.
The ball hits the ground. Bickley can't break away. He's tackled fiercely there by Dyson. And the umpire forced to bounce once again.
With Jarman, he doesn't overcommit himself. He just doesn't rush at the player. He stands his ground. And he did very well before.
Awkward bounce. Jarman tackled by Ops. Ops attempted off the ground. Gather by Smith into an open goal. Goes Stephen Phoebe and he's kicked the goal.
Truscott's sock it to you with eye-popping savings. This Akai 3-head VCR, only $439. This Sharp 68cm AV stereo TV, what? Save $187. Look out! This Sanyo 10-disc mini, only $698. This Hitachi 10-time zoom camcorder with bonus, save $174. Eyeball Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with 12 months interest-free terms.
David Caruso.
I've got no reason to lie.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm gonna beat you to death.
And Nicolas Cage.
What you been eating?
Kiss of Death pumps raw energy. Kiss of Death.
Ow.
Fire, fire! Buy a wood heater this weekend direct from the manufacturer at the Ultimate Fire Sale. Choose from a dozen inbuilt and freestanding models from $549, all featuring Ultimate's 10-year warranty. Don't miss the Ultimate Fire Sale at Wayville Showgrounds Rose Terrace entrance.
You all right, son?
Your mum and dad okay?
Yeah. Well,
know they'll never forgive me.
Kirsty?
The change. Still in the coma.
What happened in court?
Lost my licence for 6 months. Fined me as well.
Well, you've been ignoring speed limits ever since I've known you. Had to happen.
Yeah, but we were late and
But mate, you were doing a bit over 75 in a 60 zone.
I know the road. I thought I could handle it.
You know what it's done to Kirsty?
Just leave it, all right? Just leave it.
You should have thought about what could happen.
Speeding. Think about the impact.
There's this sort of whistle coming from under the bonnet.
A whistle?
Yeah.
What, like,
No, it's more...
Oh,
Yes.
Where's the problem is? Well, it, you know, kind of squeals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you got to slow down and, well, it goes...
Well, that's a squeal, all right. Sounds like brakes. What I'd like to do...
Ultra Tune, in tune with you and your car.
On 7 Nightly News exclusively, the widow of the intruder shot dead by an elderly pensioner.
I'd like to see him charged with cold-blooded murder.
Nobody knows how to live like
8:30 Saturday.
You eat the floor, now!
Eddie Murphy and Bridget Nielsen.
How long would it take to shave those legs anyway?
In the action-packed
I need authorization.
Beverly Hills Cop 2 After Gladiators, Saturday on 7.
Demons by 11 points here. Stephen Phoebe getting the second goal. McDermott out of the centre. Up to half forward. Off the ground by Brown. Chance for Rashudo. In the pocket. Goes back to McCartney on the left. Lip tack. It's a goal. Goal to McCartney. Well done by Lip tack. Held his ground. And Adelaide get one against the flow here at 1-1 to 2 goals.
Well, we see Rashudo, and he's really a live wire, strong player too. Got it back here to McCartney. This is a fair snap by the big fella. And they really need that extra big man up on the forward line. They've really struggled to have anyone up there in recent years. That's always been a weakness, to have that extra big, strong marking forward who can kick goals.
Well, an interesting battle looming between David Neitz and Jason McCartney. The high flyer is Pittman. Leaving it behind was Steins. The ball to the back. McDermott was good in the close clinches, and the umpire calls for a bounce. Umpires here this evening are Peter Carey, Hayden Kennedy and Tim Pfeiffer. Awkward bounce again. McDermott and Jarman mess it up. Wiedemann's got the football in there somewhere. When I say they messed it up, there was a bit of misunderstanding between those two experienced Crows players, one thinking the other, and Vicky Verka. And eventually the ball spilt. Umpire forced to bounce. Number 26 umpire is Tim Pfeiffer. Another awkward bounce. This time the Demons are favoured by it. Lovell grabbed around the neck by Jarman. No free kick. And the kick off the ground has been marked by Hilton. Hilton being asked to play on. Gets around onto his right foot and gets good distance near the 50-metre line. Punched away by Brimke. Ball spills for Cowell. Glenn Lupp grabbed around the neck by Chris McDermott. And the Melbourne player is awarded the free kick.
Bad luck with injuries for Lovett last year and this year. Good kick, giving Smith every chance. Been all right, Smith, hasn't he? 10 goals this season in his 5 games.
That was a good lead. Went one way and then ducked back the other.
He's had a crook shoulder. He got a very heavy bump early in this quarter from Jamison, and he also fell heavily on his shoulder when he went for a mark before, and once more just doing a bit of a tumble. So shoulder will get a workout tonight.
This will take a tremendous kick. Ex-North Melbourne in the wilderness, but coming back, and so was the kick in the end for behind. So the Demons are a goal in front at 2-1 to 1-1. He's 48 games at North Melbourne and 10 goals this season. He's kicked a goal in every game, 1-3, 1-3-2 in the first 5. Connell gets it in very short from Wellman at halfback. The ex-West Coaster, what an impressive start he's made in South Australia. Ben Hart, twice All-Australian in his first 2 seasons. Rookie of the Year when he came into the comp in '92. to McKinnon, to Bickley, the captain, through the centre. Good-looking kick.
Up towards McCartney. Now it's Rashudo in front. And a good mark to Rashudo. Well, he kicked the distance not so long ago, so you'd have to give him a chance from here.
You heard the crowd roar before with that Cook centre bounce, because over here in the local league, they rebounce the ball when it's a Cook bounce, so hence the reaction from the Adelaide crowd. But he's playing on sea camp, Rashudo, and, well, he's a very strong overhead mark.
And a good kick. Oh, this is a thumper. An absolutely magnificent kick by Rashudo to goal. So Rashudo kicks his first. The Crows get their second, scores a level.
And also a fairly good tactic at the moment with McCartney playing a long way back in the forward pocket. I'll come back to that as we see Bickley coming through the centre of the ground, being in front of Seacamp here. But Neach was a very good player playing up across centre half back, but they've dragged him back into the back pocket now, playing on McCartney.
Scores level at Football Park after that long goal by Rashudo. And the free kick against Dyson here, I think, and going to Visca in the centre square. Kluzek, who started on the interchange, came on for Chalmers. Rashudo again in the front spot. Hilton got a touch of it, lip tag over the top. In comes Brown, and Adelaide able to hold it in there about 45 metres from their goal.
Fired on in the goal square.
It's McCartney, Modron, Sean White and David Neitz. Just trying to sort themselves out here. Looks like McCartney and Neitz at it. Modron and White trying to just settle it. Crows in attack. Scores level here. Melbourne got the first couple. Adelaide have come back. Obst, well done on his left. To centre wing to Viney. Has to try and ride the bump. Gives Obst a hard tackle. Lip tap. Wobbles one to half forward. Bouncing ball out of play. About 35 metres from the Crows' goal. Liptak, who kicked 28 goals in consecutive seasons in 92 and 93, and then 20 last year. So he's been a pinch hitter for the Crows, but missing so far this season. It was very important in that win over Hawthorn in that finals victory for Adelaide at the MCG on that Sunday. Here's Lamprell to centre wing. McDermott leading and running it out and nearly collecting Ingerson. Viney with McDermott. And the former captain and best and fairest shrugs it off. He and Todd would know each other pretty well. Gives it up. So the throw in right in front of us.
I don't think he paid to get in, Chris McDermott. He's not allowed a seat in that first row, is he? Ben Hart, well tackled by Lovett. And the ball will be bounced on centre wing. 2-1 apiece. Goals for Melbourne coming from Cowell and Stephen Phoebe. For Adelaide, McCartney and Rashudo.
And we just saw David Brown on the bench there. Only kicked 12 goals last year, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Crows sometimes struggle. They don't have a lot of goal kickers at ground level. Liptak will be an interesting person in the side tonight. Kicked 6 goals in the local league last week.
Crowd looking for a free kick, not forthcoming. Jarman has grabbed and decked unceremoniously. The kick to half forward, kicked away by Hopgood, high. It lobs at half forward. Is that a mark? No. Primke. The hand pass comes wide to Viney. A little slow. Nigel Smart dumps him. Out the ball goes from Hilton to Tingay. Tingay towards full forward, but getting back is Jarman. And he marks safely in front of Smith.
It's a good form, Jarman, this year. Kluzak at centre half back. Comes to centre wing. Wiedemann the target. Well done by the lead. He does like to take the extra man on. Lovett didn't fall for it, but Wiedemann got the kick away. Bouncing ball in the centre. Ingerson, who's just come on, has Jarman inside of him now. Goes back to McDermott. McDermott measures the kick. Modra at the back, right in the front. Good mark. Runs off in brilliantly. Comes away from half back. Tries to hit Primke on the chest. Then half body Primke. Connell over the top with Smart. Smart's handball missed the body. Didn't get to Pittman. Steins with a bit of courage. So Ben Hart throwing himself in Dyson. The ball still to be won. Nigel Smart cuts away brilliantly. McKinnon took a while to wind up. Stopped, got forward. Tackle was good. Melbourne had the advantage. Lovell. Steins.
Gee, that was a good pick up at low down, wasn't it?
Clever mark.
Oh, yeah. He's a very good player, Jimmy Steins. I mean, for a man who's played Irish football, it could have nearly been deemed as a free kick. Not happening. Weltman gets it out to Kluzek. Kluzek to Connell. Connell already prominent. He's had 6 possessions, and that kick finds Wiedemann on centre wing. Wiedemann, a lovely kick by that player to half forward. Punched away, down to the front, and Andy Lovell not able to collect the football. There's the score with 6 minutes left in the first term.
They love Wiedemann, but of course he is a Victorian from Fish Creek, so we can claim him.
Well, exciting player. Over the top, the ball spills. Jimmy Steins has a chance. Handball nearly taken by Ben Hart. Eventually, the ball is forced over for a throw-in for Tingay and Wiedemann.
Had a training run with St Kilda the Weed, and also at Collingwood, and had one training run with Richmond as well before finding his way over to Adelaide.
Saw Dean Irving a moment ago looking on. Andy Lovell. Wiedemann ridden into the ground, gets a free kick. Getting some touches, Wiedemann.
The blood rule coming here.
May well do once the umpire has a look. Good kick again. Right to Rashudo. Neats at the back. Ingerson. Hart. Normally constructive. McDermott had to sit and wait. Back to McKinnon on his left. Garman provides the Shepherd. Good kick to Motra. Fantastic kick by McKinnon. And a good take by the football. He went early, Kevin, and held his ground.
Yes, he did a Jason Dunstall here. Made certain that he took off early just to give himself time in the air and just held himself there. It was a beautiful kick. That's what made the mark. But he did well to leap early because Sean White is pretty quick, and he was right behind him. Now all he has to do is kick the goal to lift his confidence.
First kick always important for Modra in a match. He can be off target. So far this year, 0, 2, 4 and 3 in his 4 games. But what a record he has. He's kicked 7 or better on 11 occasions, and twice he's kicked 13 goals in a match. It's coming back, it looks good. Misses. Well, I thought it was home.
Not enough people behind those goals down there in the air, Bruce.
They give it a bit of a cheer when he kicks one, but looked all right at the end, but 2-2 to 2-1. Seacamp to bring her back in, goes short, gets to Lovell and finds him.
Lovell now between the full-back and half-back area. Kick short. Steins has taken the mark in front of Pittman.
And he'd be relishing this opportunity to run around the ground and play as a giant ruck rover. That's his position. That's where he won his Brownlow medal, and I'm certain that he's going to relish the workload tonight. Jimmy Steins.
Lovell did well. He kicked it to Steins and then took the kick back off Jimmy Steins. He's kicked towards the wing. Primke, that's a mark. That's a dead set mark. Umpire just took a little while to recognise, and in doing so, Visca came in and closely attended Primke. Goes short. That's not bad. Hilton has marked. The kick had been a little better. Maybe he could have played on. He's able to go short and find Glenn Lovett. Now, Glenn Lovett is about 75 metres from the Melbourne goal, so too far out to score, but he can put Melbourne to within scoring distance with this kick. He runs on now and kicks it high in towards the front of the goals. The marking contest, the ball comes to the front. Jamison, closely contested. Cowell does well. Hart, under a little bit of pressure. The ball still at half forward for Melbourne. Spills out to McDermott. He's tackled, gang tackled, and going nowhere, Chris McDermott. So the umpire will bounce about 30 metres out from the Melbourne goal. 2-2 the Crows, 2-1 Melbourne.
When the ball came off the pack there, 30 metres out from Melbourne's goal, that was the ideal situation for someone like Sean Charles to really swoop on the ball. With him out of the side and line, they are really struggling with their goal kickers up forward, Melbourne.
Oct has hit, shot smothered. McDermott on hands and knees. Kluzek. Bickley provided the Shepherd. Kluzek out towards centre wing. And a run under at McLeod will get a free kick. This is the 18-year-old from Port Adelaide in his first game tonight for the Crows. Making his debut. What a moment for him. The kick to centre wing. Neats holds it up. Wiedemann was in hard. Neats tried to get it out to Phoebe. And Pittman also there. Phoebe gets the kick away to half forward. Good grab there by Wellman. Good kick coming in over the top very late. And the Wellman, who's been very good for the Crows. This in his second season. Rashudo, the 19-year-old. What a prospect he is. Made the AFL Team of the Year last year. Penetrating kick to half forward. Ingerson, good grab against Meeks. Monta now leads. Ingerson goes in his direction. White takes his run, gets a free kick, Monta.
Stand his ground, Kevin?
Well, look, I can't see why Sean White can't just stand there. Just because Modra's making a run for the ball, I think he can stand his ground. It's an interesting one for the umpires, that. But I would have thought that he could stand there, Sean White.
Modra getting the free, shepherding against White. Well, they've cheered that time, Robbo. I see the difference. It is an interesting decision by the umpire.
Well, let's have a look at here. I suppose the umpire suggested that the shepherding took place with the ball more than 5 metres away. But I don't know. I would think that he's allowed to stand his ground.
Well, the umpire, you saw him in the background in a great position for that decision. 7 points is the margin in favour of Adelaide. Demons get the ball, well, not quite clear of the centre. Glenn Lovett, a terrific hand pass for Tingay. Tingay's kick towards full forward. The ball at the back, Cowell's a chance. His fellow number 7, Nigel Smart, but well done. Terrific by Visca. Through comes Jamison, finds some space, and then kicks the Crows there, growing in confidence already towards half forward. Viney dumped, and, well, I thought he was a bit lucky there because he did have the ball when he was tackled. I thought maybe the best decision there could have been play on, but Todd Viney, the recipient of the free kick, he kicks to 50 metres. Primke, a little tap wide, not wide enough. A little kick by the Demons, but it's taken by Bickley. That kick going not very far. Nigel Smart able to gather. Gets it away to Kluzek. Kluzek's kick out towards the wing. Punched away. McLeod dumped by 3 Melbourne players. Tingay was one of them. And Lamprell, one of the others. And McLeod comes up with the ball. Adelaide lead by 7 points, just seconds left. The ball on centre wing.
And Neitz has been moved out onto Risciuto, and Seacamp's been taken off him, and he's placed on McCartney in the back pocket.
Wiedemann to McDermott at centre wing. Gets it to half forward. Here's Neitz and Risciuto. White. Risciuto, well done, White, to break. Well, not really break the tackle, but hold his ground. Gee, Risciuto's been hard in the last couple of minutes. One on Viney and one on White. And Jarman goes in and picks his little mate up, Risciuto. And we have another look at Risciuto's bump on White, or his tackle. And it was a test of strength. White did very well to hold ground in the end. He just went to ground and then couldn't get an effective handball away. But Risciuto has been a damaging player for the Crows. That time the hip and shoulder after the first tackle. So, Kevin, it's 3-2-2-1. Adelaide did kick the last 3 goals in the quarter.
Yes, and they started to grow in confidence. You mentioned that during the call. Disappointing for Melbourne when the ball hit their forward line. They didn't really have those crumb getters up there pouncing on the ball. And I mentioned earlier, that's where someone like Sean Charles with that brilliance can really just jump onto the ball there, pounce on it, and kick a good goal.
Quarter time at Footy Park. It's 3-2-2-1.
Australia's #1 sporting roundup. Sports World with Bruce McAvaney. Sundays on 7.
Sorry, hon, I thought I'd be here before you. Had a good chat with the bank, though. Sorted it out. So, are you okay? Okay. So what'd they say?
Well, the doctor was really pleased, and she said everything's fine.
Fine. You tell her you've been up 2 or 3 times a night? She said that's fine.
She says that it's quite normal
Normal.
for twins.
No matter how well you plan for it, life always comes up with the unexpected. Whatever changes you're going through, we can tailor your finances to suit them.
Better call the bank back.
If you drive above the speed limit, think about the impact. The impact of being trapped in a wreck.
Have you out of your phone?
The impact of fighting for your life.
Hello, Mrs. Riley.
The impact on the people who love you.
Would you mind?
The impact on the rest of your life. Speeding. Think about the impact.
The 1995 limited edition Pulsar Solaire. With air conditioning, power steering, and stacks of other extras. All for a 1993 price. The limited edition Pulsar Solaire with air conditioning and power steering for only $19,990. Just wait till you drive it.
Look out! It's the winter look from Peter Shearer, and the look is really cool. Pure wool suits, famous names from $299.95. Look out! Overcoats, sports coats, great-looking coats at even better-looking prices. Warm winter jackets from a casual $59.95. Look out! Shirts, knitwear, and more. Plus the kind of Peter Shearer quality and personal service you'll really warm to.
Look out for the man who goes by the name Peter Shearer.
Peter Shearer Menswear, Rundle Mall.
These are the times that we move through. These are the times that we move through. This is the road that we travel. This is the place that we come to.
Next week, a special Mother's Day edition.
She was taken from me.
Can you help the Adelaide mother in her desperate search for the child she lost at birth?
There is a chance that my daughter is watching me right now.
And the Adelaide man who's never hugged his mum on Mother's Day.
If somebody knows her, ask her to get in contact with me.
His only clue, an 18-year-old photograph.
It's pain, and it's real.
Today, tonight, next week on 7.
Quarter time at Footy Park, Adelaide 3-2 over Melbourne 2-1. Reminder to Melbourne viewers in particular, Collingwood and Richmond featured in the Saturday replay from 6 o'clock in Melbourne tomorrow night. Expecting a crowd of over 70,000 for that game at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Neil Curley, your assessment of the opening term?
Well, a very tough quarter of football. Both all players on both sides very desperate because the game is so vital to both clubs. But very hard, strong at ground level. I think the Crows have the advantage around the packs and particularly close in the packs. And I'd say that quarter would have to be marked down as the Crows' quarter, kicking into a slight breeze and leading after Melbourne hit the front early. They fought back strong. Bad news on McDermott, though. I'd say he would take no further part in the game, and it could, unfortunately, be a bad knee injury.
Well, that's a real blow, isn't it? Because he has been important in the opening term.
Can't be much bruise. Rashudo kicked 2 balls past the goal line from the 50-metre line.
They were long shots, and one of them a goal, one of them a behind. He's been good, Rashudo. 3-2-2-1. Start of the second term at Footy Park. McDermott off the ground. Neil Curley saying that he won't be back. Looks like a knee injury, either front or back. Viney had the ball taken away from him when Cow came rushing in. So bad turnover for the Demons here. The free kick going to Connell, who had 5 kicks in the opening term. To centre half forward. Rashudo and Neitz. Been forced to put Neitz onto Rashudo, Neil Barn. Liptak got it from Brown to full forward. McCartney, juggle. He's got it. That was a good grab under pressure. And Sukat not having a good night, unfortunately. I know it's early days, but Rashudo had the best of him, and McCartney was able to take this mark against him here.
Well, it's always important to play in front because any of the missed kicks or short kicks are always going to drop short.
Kicked a goal in the opening quarter. He's given it a big hook. Missed it. 15 metres out.
And players today are supposed to be better than players of 5 and 10 and 15 years ago.
3-3-2-1. 21-13.
Well, you should know. Well, we've mentioned about this before, Robbo, that when you're 15 or 20 metres out and got the breeze behind your back, I mean, that really is a gimme, and that's just a shocking shot by McCartney.
Neil, what's happening down there?
Wiedemann off the ground with a blood wool and also having stitches at the moment in the room.
Kick in goes to the far side. In front, Neitz couldn't take the mark. Steins at ground level, Jarman, but Neitz was pretty good in the contest. Liptak tries to get around onto his right foot, succeeds in doing so, and kicks it back to within 20 metres. Up high was McCartney, couldn't take that mark. The ball spills now for Matthew Phoebe. Gets his left foot to it, outside 50. Neats, but it's tapped back beautifully. Rashudo's kick to the front of the goals. The mark is taken. No, Sean White dropped what he perhaps should have taken and then paddles the ball in front of himself to the safety of the boundary line. See, that tap back to Rashudo back there. Didn't pick the player up, Bruce, but it was a good bit of football by the Crows wide at half forward. Ruck contest again, Ingerson. Chance for Brown, but he's tackled by 3 Melbourne players. And what's happening? Umpire's gone to ground. As we see Chris McDermott in the dugout. Well, let's hope he's not too badly hurt. Neil Curley has said that he will take no further part. Ruck contest. Underneath there's the football. Trying to get through was Dyson. He not too successful. Neither is Hilton. There's McDermott. And Wiedemann, we've heard from the blood rule. We did see a bit of a scratch on his forehead there, just above his right eye. Play goes on. Hilton tries to get it down. Ball with Rashudo, gets a handball away. Liptak drops it. In goes Oxt. Andrew Jarman, well done Liptak. Brown, off the right foot. Brown kicks a goal. Great kick. An exceptional kick by David Brown, considering that he is a natural left foot. He got 40 metres with that. Adelaide 27 lead Melbourne 13.
I've always felt that if Adelaide's going to improve, they've got to get these small players at ground level like Liptax and Brown's kicking goals for them. He kicked 12 goals last year. It's not a very good tally for a small guy around the forward line. But if he can improve in that area, well, then obviously the Crows themselves will improve.
Crows out now by 14 points, 4-3 to 2-1. The last 4 goals in this match. McCartney's got 1, Modra 1, Brown 1. Here's Wiedemann, who's had some stitches. And off the ground at the moment. He was busy in the opening term. Had 3 kicks and a couple of handballs. Here's Dyson. Not going very far. McKinnon and Tingo. Cluzak. That was held up cleverly by the Demons. Now Jarman through the centre. Penetrating kick to half forward. Rashudo. Well, he's having a big night. And you back him in from here. You know he'll get the distance. It's a fantastic kick. Kicked 5 goals against Sydney when Modra was absent early last year. He kicked 23 goals in total last season.
Must be pretty strong too, by the way. He just kept David Neitz away from the football then.
He is a thumping kick. He's right at 50 now. Well, distance not a problem at all, but never a chance. So 1-2 to Rashudo. Brown, Modra and McCartney, as I said, the other goal scorers. Cowell and Stephen Phoebe have got the 2 from Melbourne. 4-4 to 2-1.
It'll be a while since Melbourne have scored, Bruce. Those 2 goals won on their scoreline. Happened early in the first term. And the kick is wide to the wing. A bit of pushing and shoving there, but umpire Peter Carey in control in that area of the ground, deeming that there's McDermott's left leg iced up. Ruck infringement. Free kick will go to Pittman. Pittman goes back and thumps it inside 50 metres. In front was Neitz. The ball spills. Neitz has a chance. He taps it on. Underneath there, Dyson and Liptak. And the umpire will bounce. 50 metres from the Crows' goal.
Well, certainly the Demons need players like Dyson and Tingay to improve, because Dyson's only had it 3 times and Tingay twice.
Ball to the back of the pack there. Cowell. Left foot kick is high. Out in front of Oxt. He lets it bounce, and it bounces to the favour of Connell. He's caught. The ball spills now for Todd Viney. Viney off the left foot. Kicks it past the players at half forward, which was Nigel Smart and Primke. Primke gets the handball back. Stephen Phoebe. And he dispossesses Wellman. And the ball spills over for a throw-in. It's about 75 to 80 metres around from the Melbourne goal. The Demons trail. They're 2-1. Adelaide are 4-4. And 15 minutes remain in the second term. Primke doing the ruck work. Tries to get it down to Phoebe. The ball spills now for Glenn Lovett. He's inside 50. You can see that 50-metre line. Determination by both players, Bickley and Glenn Lovett. Kick forward by Phoebe. Oxt is underneath it. Couldn't take the mark. At the back is Visca. Touching it is Hilton. Hilton off the right foot. Kicks for goal and misses off to the right. Crowd down there pretty happy with that. Jeff Hilton's first score. 28 plays 14. 15 minutes left.
Well, he started in the back line, Jeff Hilton, so he's now been moved down onto the forward line. The former Saints player can kick a goal.
Jamison, penetrating kick to Ben Hart. Hart goes to half forward. Ingerson the target. Well done by Lambert, but Brown to read it. Cow's pretty quick after him. Brown gets round onto the left. Tingo's tackled very good. Brings him to ground. Handball by McLeod. Back to Connell. Connell chips to the pocket. Modra on the lead. With him is White. They go to ground, Modra. Chance now for Seacamp. Good hip and shoulder by Dyson to pave away. Seacamp's handball under pressure finds the boundary line. Struggling a bit, Marcus Seacamp tonight. Wiedemann getting ready to come back. Dyson just relieved the pressure for a moment with a good hip and shoulder. Crows deep in attack again. Ben Hart comes over the top. Here's Tingo. As Kevin Bartlett said, a bit quiet early. That kick only up to half-back Pittman. Now the cloud's off for Wiedemann. Pittman at about 70 metres. The Crows are 4-4 to 2-2. Goes to full forward. The target was McCartney. Well done by Neach. The handball over the top by Rashudo. Modry's good off the ground. It's a goal.
Yes, you can say thanks, Mum, for everything during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale. Say thanks, Mum, with a vast range of quality Hills products for around the home. Or say thanks, Mum, with a Linda 2-slice toaster, just $19.95. Put some colour into Mum's life with accent paint from just $29.95. With bonus 1 kilo can of licorice all sorts with each purchase. And this Victor Heavy Duty Mulch Maker is only $3.49. Yes, you can during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale.
Who can give you the best trade-in price for your old car with cashback if you need it on a huge range of makes and models in 2 big locations? Bob Moran can. Who can get you to work on time with a big range of commercials to suit your business for around $40, $50 or $60 a week? Or a big range of 4-wheel drives to tame the toughest terrain at prices and payments to suit your budget? Who can? The 2 Bobs can. And who can give you top-of-the-range prestige cars like these that even the butler could afford to lease or buy? Bob Moran can. So who can give you the best trade-in prices, a huge range of makes and models, finance in minutes, production line reconditioning, and prices and payments to suit your budget? The 2 Bobs can. Which Bob? Ranella Bob, 75 Main South Road, Ranella, or Medindi Bob, 35 Main North Road, Medindi.
Right now, buying a new space heater from the gas shop is as easy as paying a monthly gas bill. Interest-free and with no deposit. Now that fits the bill for a cosy winter, but only at the gas shop from the gas company.
Got the hungries.
Got a taste for chicken I just can't fight. Flame grilled chicken.
Oh, done just right.
Lean juicy chicken on an oat bran bun. With lettuce and tomato. Absolutely. Right on.
Got the hungries.
Brace yourself for the mouth-watering taste of our lean, juicy chicken burger. Flame grilled the way only Hungry Jacks do it.
Got the hungries for Hungry Jacks.
What sort of bank makes a personal loan application as simple as a phone call? Adelaide Bank. I rang and asked for $10,000. Yes? Uh-huh. Tomorrow. Okay. Bye then. What sort of bank gives quick answers on personal loans over the phone? Adelaide Bank. Your sort of bank.
Discover how to talk to the animals.
Isn't she gorgeous?
At 6:30, there are creatures that bite and dogs with no tails.
Then at 7:30, Tim's got a surprise.
Bring my first paycheck? How am I supposed to cash it?
It's all part of the fun of home improvement. And at 8, from biblical times to modern-day miracles, anything is possible in the world's greatest commercials.
Well, ominous signs already for Melbourne. 5-4 the Crows, 2-2 the Demons. The ball at the centre, Jimmy Steins takes it out of the air, throws it onto his left foot, the ball at half forward. Glenn Lovett, strong play by Kluzek, gathers the ball and then kicks it down the wing. And a good contest there between Obst and Connell. Jarman, Brown, tackle. Ball spills now for the Demons. There a chance? No, the ball just bouncing over the line. So the boundary umpire comes into play. It's forward of the wing. Andrew Jarman, not having much of an influence so far in the game. And again, a ruck infringement. This time he sees it as the free kick to Jimmy Steins. So both those players, Pittman and Steins, having a good contest. The kick out wide. And Hilton just prepared to carry it over. Not much he could do, but Melbourne players penalised for doing that.
Melbourne's kicking's been very poor in their hand passing as well. Not hitting targets at all, Melbourne.
Ruck contest. Pittman gets it down towards Brown. Taken by Tingay. Handball to no Melbourne person in particular. Kluzek again. Kicks it down towards half forward, but no one home except Big Jim Steins. And he marks safely on his chest.
Goes short, centres to Viney. His 8th kick coming up for Viney. At half back, Wiedemann's got into the centre for the Crows and Jarman to half forward for a spell. Viney's kick to centre wing. Smart at the back. Brown, Wiedemann gets onto the left and chips away. That's okay to Ingerson. Ingerson at centre wing. Centres it. Jarman underneath it. Rashuto there. Big fly was from Obst. Tingay with a fair bit of courage. Cow got a high one from Rashuto. And Rashuto in there strongly again, this time on Viney. Cowell and Ben Hart down the bottom pick themselves up. 5-4-2-2. Crows by 20 points after the Demons kicked the first 2 goals of the match. And they need one right now. Needs to go in the ruck. Lamprell's kick doesn't go far. Connell got a bad bounce. Viney. 9th kick, not bad either. Gives Phoebe a chance. Brilliantly played by Wellman. Phoebe runs it out.
Well, Melbourne hasn't kicked a goal since 7 minutes of the first quarter.
Right half forward for Melbourne. Primke to do the ruck work. Nigel Smart for the Crows. The ball comes to Todd Viney. Little look away hand pass for Hilton. He's kicked towards the half forward area and the mark has been taken by Matthew Phoebe. McKinnon, the Crows player. He can go long. Kicks in towards Cowell. Well taken by Smith, but he's dumped into the ground by Jamison. So if he's got a crook shoulder, that's a bit of a tester for him. Gets up rather slowly. Have a look at him gather the ball and in goes Jamison. Well, is that a free kick or not? You wonder, don't you? Sometimes there's 3 umpires on the ground, Primke and Nigel Smart, but the umpire calls for a bounce. Peter Carey officiating. Oh, it favours Primke. Cowell can't break away. Chance now for Wiedemann. Gets past. Well done. Spectacular football by the left footer, but he goes too far. Chance for Melbourne now. Lovell, little kick by that player. Good spotting. Glenn Lovett goes for goal, and he's missed. Well, maybe he's a lecture square now. McCartney missing from close in for the Crows, and Glenn Lovett missing from close in for the Demons.
That's one part of Wiedemann's play that lets him down. Sometimes he just can't make the right decision when to kick and when to handball. He did a fantastic play to get out there, just went a little bit far.
Look at this kick.
Jamison, not very far. Viney. Handball didn't have much on it. Got past Biscuit. Hilton has hooked it and missed. A couple of points to Hilton and a couple of points within 30 seconds to Melbourne from within 30 metres. 5-4-2-4. Remember Glenn Lovett last year, Robbo, with 3 late goals in the final term to give Melbourne a real sniff when Adelaide seemed home.
Well, in a low-scoring game, it's so important to capitalise on those very rare chances.
Wellman tries McKinnon. Hilton came in from the side. encouraged by Obbs and also Bickley. It was Chingay, sorry, from the side. And it'll be a bounce. Peter Carey coming in. Umpired a few games now, 210.
I think Curls made a comment at quarter time that it's been a pretty tough contest. I don't think it's dropped off, has it?
No doubt about that.
From here, anyway.
Still goals hard to get. 5 goals Adelaide, 2 Melbourne. We thought it was going to be one of those games. Glenn Lovett's quick kick inside 50. Smith goes to ground. Can't afford to do that. Jamison will get a free kick. Advantage given to Kluzek, who's been pretty good, Kluzek. Runs away from half-back. Bit of a to-do at the back between Hilton and Visca. On the ground, taken by Hopgood. He came in for Lyon. Bad kick by Viney. Wiedemann, he'll be outnumbered, gives it away quickly to Rashudo. Rashudo tries to break the tackle, swings out a wild handball. Neitz runs it over the line. Adelaide within 20 metres of the goal.
I don't think I've seen a Melbourne side use the ball so poorly as they have tonight.
Put himself into all sorts of trouble, Viney, didn't he?
Yeah, we've got to give credit to the Crows, though. They've actually tackled very strongly, and Rashudo on their forward line has given them a lot of toughness up there.
Liptak in the pocket. Still Liptak. Handball, Neitz and Pittman went for it, and it's back out of play again. About 25 metres from the Crows' point post. There's Pittman and Steins. We'll be talking to Sean Wren. As I think of Wren, when I look at Pittman, he's doing such a good job here. And David Schwartz at half-time to review the game.
Steins just gets a little left hand to it. Glenn Lovett couldn't break away. And it's held up by the Crows forwards. They're doing well. Just keeping the pressure on the Demon defenders. Statically coming out of defence. 5-4 to 2-4. The ball spills now for Viney, but a kick out of mid-air by Sean White. Gathered by Obst. Oh, Lovell, just a little important kick there. Matthew Phoebe goes after it, gets the handball wide. Steins falls over. He's helped out by Neitz. Neitz goes high, out towards the wing. Good punch away. The ball rebounds now for Pripke. His little left foot toe poke. Goes out towards the wing. Pripke again. Maybe a free kick to Dyson, is it? And that's the way the umpire sees it. Kevin Dyson wide on the wing. Only his third kick. Crows effect a change. Wiedemann off and McLeod back on. Dyson's kick, very ordinary. Smart drops it. Gets the hand pass away to Bickley. Bickley goes out towards the wing. Nearly the mark taken down there by Lamprell. Goes in and affects a tackle. Lovett. Knocked off the football by Kluzek. Brown. Hand pass intercepted. And a boundary throw-in will take place on centre wing. 5-4 to 2-4. Been a long time between drinks for the Demons. They kicked their first and second goals through Cowell and Phoebe very early in the first term. Down goes Connell. Ben Hart gets his left foot to it. Matthew Phoebe gets rid of his opponent. Was that all clear? Yes, says the umpire. Phoebe's allowed to play on. He kicks it into the centre. The Demons have got to have the pace here. They haven't. Visca's tackled. The ball spills for Hilton. Hilton doing well. Probably Melbourne's best player so far. Kick is wide and straight. It was a terrific contest between number 44 Wellman and number 23 Dyson. And Dyson gets up a little gingerly. Wellman made him earn it. The kick is in short. And the mark is taken by Glenn Lovett. Is this a repeated scenario, Bruce? Lovett with the ball, 50 metres from goal. He's allowed to play on. He gets the kick to the goal line. It's helped over for a rush behind to Melbourne.
Well, the ball hasn't been down in Melbourne's forward line a great deal this quarter, yet they've had a couple of golden opportunities to kick goals. They could have actually, really grabbed the Crows by just kicking a couple of late goals, but they've missed their opportunities.
Jamison goes very wide after a little one to himself. Matthew Phoebe, looked like he was tripped there. And it's going to be a bounce, about 70 metres from the goal. Well, you say that Melbourne haven't had many chances. The Crows haven't had a lot either, have they, in the last 5 or 6 minutes at least? Ball between half-backs. 2 half-back lines. There's Steins and Pittman. So there's only 3 goals in this. And a goal or 2 to the Demons would really tighten this up before half-time. Oh, Dyson getting involved with Hart and Kluzek there. Hart won't be happy. Hayden Kennedy just asking Pittman and Steins to sort themselves out. Just bounce the ball. Looks a bit comical, doesn't it? Viney went over the top. Visca got a quick kick to centre wing. Hopgood. Lamprey on the left, doesn't get very far. Footy's pretty hard to get at the moment. Viney, it's really hot out there just for the moment. Hopgood rushed it a bit. Must have felt some pressure. Primke. Little give by Lovell. Viney did all right in the circumstances. Courage by Dyson again. Went to ground. Hilton went to ground. Bentley was in there.
There's 4 free kicks in that passage of play.
It's
the umpires want the players to kill each other.
Oh, I don't think there were free kicks there. I think it was good hard play at the ball. There were some terrific clashes there.
Was that kick in danger?
No,
well,
I wouldn't have thought so. It was terrific strong
put
play.
His hands in there to get it.
Isn't that what we want in football? Players putting their bodies in,
no doubt about that.
Another?
No argument about that. Free kicks in the ruck contest, and this is just developing into a rubbish game.
Well, this is the latest problem we have in league football with ruckmen grabbing hold of one another before the ball is bounced. We have it at boundary throw-ins. Now tonight we're even seeing it at ball-ups.
Another blood rule.
Situation coming off, isn't he?
Yep. What we've got to do here is that because the umpire's in charge, Wiedemann should be able to sprint onto the ground and be passing that guy on his way out there, so by the time this guy comes off, we can actually start the play, because the umpire's in charge. You see Bickley coming off there, Wiedemann's coming on. Now we've got to wait for Wiedemann to go right across to the pack and take up the same position that Bickley was in before the umpire can start the game. We should have the player coming onto the ground, should be able to run onto the ground as quickly as possible, and even if he's there, just wait for the other guy to come off instead of waiting the other way around.
So Wiedemann, who was off for the blood rule early, replaces Bickley on the blood rule here. The captain goes off the ground. Steins gets rid of Pittman. It has become a bit of a joke, those battles between the two ruckmen in this game. Viney. Melbourne now inside 50. Good mark taken in the front by Wellman. And Wellman out wide. To Connell. To Liptak at half-back. Runs around, back to Connell, hard ball here. Melbourne harassing strongly. Oh, gee, one of the Melbourne players there forgot all about the footy and went to Shepherd and gave it away in the end. Now going back, Stephen Phoebe. Misses Viney, but he'll get a chance. Has a fumble, Pittman in hard, Liptak in hard. Stein's little toe poke comes to Phoebe, and Phoebe pressured and out of bounds on the fall. Not pretty, is it?
No, but I tell you what, sometimes Todd Viney might let himself down with his disposal, but by hell, he's got a big heart and gets in hard for Melbourne. He's a fantastic competitor.
Wellman's kick into the centre of the ground. McKinnon leaves it behind. Good strong play by Matthew Phoebe. The little kick not bad, and that was a good option there. Cowell running with the ball. Kicks towards half forward, but nowhere near judging it was Smith, and Jamison is marked between fullback and centre half-back. He gets it to Visca. Visca can go wider still. Into the back pocket, Wellman. Having a good game is Sean Wellman. His kick goes down towards the wing. Jarman couldn't quite stretch and grab. Viney, good harassing work. Strong. Hand pass, not quite far enough. Melbourne outnumber. Lovell. Well, they're grimacing there. Cowell. Strong play by the Crows. Connell's little left foot kick. Liptak tackled and dispossessed. Good play by Hopgood. Ball spills out for Glenn Lovett, but the umpire has blown the whistle for a bounce.
Well, the Crows will know they've been playing tonight because Melbourne's undermanned, but they play a very physical game. They're hard at the ball, and at this stage, it's still anyone's game. I tell you this because Melbourne is just one of those sides that'll just keep coming at you.
Good gather by Ben Hart. Left foot kick not quite far enough, and the mark has been taken there by Hopgood. Hopgood, the last-minute replacement for Gary Lyon. The Demons without their captain. Oh, that was a big leap. Now, that's deemed as a free kick. What do you think, KB?
Definitely a free kick.
Primke has the football. He goes into the pocket. There's a player on his own, and the good mark has been taken by Viney.
It's been terrific tonight for Melbourne.
He's had 11 kicks and 5 handballs.
Well, I said before, sometimes his disposal is, we see there, well before acceptances. Sometimes his disposal lets him down. There'd be no certainty to kick this goal, but his courage and his ability to win the hard ball and put his body in is really a great example.
We'll have another look at Primke kicking it to where Todd Viney took the mark. In late was Connell. Viney goes for goal. A wobbly old punt kick. It might be a goal. It is.
Good on him.
So a belated goal there for the Demons brings the margin back to 11 points, 5-4 to 3-5.
And it's great to see the guy who's been their best player, who's really answered the challenge from Neil Baum with his captain out, Gary Lyon, and a couple other good players, Sean Charles, that he's taken up the challenge to the Crows, and he's kicked that very important goal.
Melbourne get their first in this term, and the first since the 7-minute mark of the first quarter, and they're coming back strongly at the Crows here. Hilton, free kick against Wiedemann. It's 5-4 to 3-5. Hilton to the pocket. Smith went early. Oh, good mark. Jamison was always giving him 2 metres. Smith presented himself very early. Hilton's kick was pretty good. And that shoulder getting a real workout, isn't it?
Ever? I can remember going down the Melbourne rooms during the practice match series, and we see Sean Smith out in front, and he was having some injections in his shoulders that day after the game. So this shoulder injury has been around since the... look at that strapping he's got on his shoulder there, since the practice match series.
Gee, this is a big kick, isn't it, for the Demons? Only a couple of goals behind. Late in the second quarter, coming back at the Crows. Oh, he's hooked it very badly to the front of the goal. Thump away at the back by Wellman, taken by Brown. So that's a let off to the Crows. Brown away at half-back. And Obbs is absolutely distraught that he didn't get a free kick off the play there. Ball came off McLeod's toe to Phoebe, to Lovell. Lovell back inside 50, Crows with numbers. Connell takes the mark on his chest. Connell with a lot of touches. This is his 10th kick coming up. Goes out wide. Gets to Brown, having a pretty good match.
Brown onto that left foot. Thumps it in towards half forward. Neats misses it, but Hopgood is there. Looked to give the hand pass away and then hooked the kick, not far enough. Mark taken by Brown. Well, Brown's had 3 kicks in a passage of play that has gone down that far wing. His kick finds Connell, and Connell closer to the centre of the ground. Coming up for his 11th kick, 2 hand passes, holding up play, kicks into the pocket, well done. Pittman has marked. Irving is on the ground, so obviously Stein's having a spell. Pittman, 55, 60 metres out, kicks to the front of the goals. No mark, kicked away by Hopgood, close to the line. And it goes over about 75 metres around from the Crows' goal. Boundary throw in. Big Dean Irving. Up against Ingerson. Irving gets his left hand to it. Melbourne swarming on it. Taken away by Phoebe. He's kicked towards the half-forward area. Punched back. Could be gathered by Hilton. Andrew Jarman close by, and Bickley back onto the ground for Wiedemann, and we've got just seconds left in the first half. So it's been an interesting first half. Both sides throwing themselves in at willy-nilly. Oh, kick forward by Brown, mark taken by Hopgood. Hopgood has done reasonably well. His 9th possession, that was his 10th possession, and the siren sounds. It is half-time at Football Park in the game between the Crows and the Demons. And at half-time, the Crows lead. There's Jeff Hopgood, as we mentioned. Unfortunately for Melbourne, Gary Lyon couldn't take his place in the side. And Bruce, a game that, well, can be busted wide open by 2 or 3 quick goals.
That's for sure, Robbo. Mondra with 2, the leading goal scorer on the ground. It's 5-4, 3-5 at the long break.
Who could have imagined 75 years ago that short hops over the Queensland outback would lead to long-distance flights to over 90 destinations across Australia and the world? Or that one aircraft would become a fleet of 132? Or that this year we would celebrate our 75th anniversary as the largest airline in Southeast Asia?
As well as great cars, you get great service from the Adelaide team of Toyota dealers. And that's another reason why you just got to support the team that supports the Camry Crows.
Here we go, what a feeling, Toyota!
Radio rentals have turned things around with High Tech Hub. Celebrate with this quality AWA brand 34cm colour TV with remote, only $299. Be quick.
Round and around and around and around.
Sip and save? You bet you can, every day. Just get a load of these Sip and Save and specials.
Eagle Blue cans or stubbies, a cool $18.99 a carton. Killawarra Brut, the toast of the town at just $6.99. St Agnes Brandy, just dandy at $16.99. And Clancy's Gold Preference, overflowing with value, $8.99. Get into your nearest Sip and Save. They're everywhere, with everyday low prices.
Holden Network Q dealers sell all kinds of quality used cars, so please consider what a feeling is to drive a Network Q used car. Lately,
I only want to be with Network Q.
treating used cars like new.
Broke my windscreen.
Broke my windscreen. Now woe is me, what shall I do?
Simply phone us. Instant Windscreens.
Instant windscreens fit windscreens, side and rear glass to all types of vehicles. Install van windows and even apply window tinting for cooler driving. All work is fully guaranteed. And with Instant's innovative repair it, you may not even need a new windscreen.
Instant Windscreens is our number.
132-444.
Budget's Wheel and Deal Month is on now, with great deals on all our cars and trucks, like a zipping Ford Festiva for only $39 a day. Now that's something to smile about. Budget's Wheel and Deal Month is on now.
These are the times that we move through. These are the times that we move through. This is the road that we travel. This is the place that we come to.
He's halfway to hell with no way out. You are nothing. The star of Highlander, Christopher Lambert.
I don't think you realize your predicament.
Caught in a prison of the future.
This is an unauthorized thought process.
Where the punishment is the ultimate crime.
Let's find out.
Filmed entirely in Australia.
Activate the strike clone.
The unmatched excitement of the most thrilling action movie since Total Recall. Christopher Lambert in Fortress. 8:30 Sunday on 7.
Half-time, Andrew Jarman with David Pittman. Let's go down to Neil Curley. Just thinking aloud, Neil, that Crows missed McDermott in that second quarter.
Certainly did around the packs, and of course Viney took over around the packs, and Melbourne applied a lot more pressure, and the Crows didn't like it. They didn't handle it well at all, and you'd certainly have to say that was Melbourne's quarter, particularly towards, well, the last, say, 15 minutes. Similar to last week, the Crows started strongly and then faded, but Melbourne's quarter for certain, that one.
Thanks for that, Neil. 5-4-3-5. Crows go to the right, Melbourne to the left of screen. Steins went very early and gave away a free kick to Pittman in the centre. Took off way before Pittman then, Steins, and conceded. Good kick. Ingerson. That was a good mark. He made good, terrific ground. He's a real battler, Ingerson. A good competitor. Doesn't finish his work with a lot of finesse normally. Played a dozen games last year. Played against West Coast in that winning team. And that one he just gets under, right to the square. At the back, Montra Rasciuto. Strong tackle by Viney. Rasciuto, is that kicking in danger against Viney? Rasciuto was expecting a free kick for too high. And
I think it was for too high, Bruce.
Oh, he's getting it, is it? Gee, it took a long time. Let's have a look. Montra flies. Go here. Rasciuto.
It was the left hand into his face, I'd say.
And as you could see there, he was manhandled pretty badly. So Rasciuto kicked 1-2 in the opening half, was very good in the first quarter. And he's goal. Couple to Rasciuto, 2 to Montra. The Crows 6-4-3-5. And they made that forward thrust all because Steins gave a free kick away in the centre square.
Yes, and that's always very, very disappointing for a coach for that to happen. Modra there getting up high, just that's a sign of confidence. I think that's what Modra's got to do a lot. Create spillage if he can't take the mark, and Rasciuto, have a look at him. He's so solidly built. He's built like a brick outhouse.
I think the Gladiators are on show here tonight, Bruce. Mark Rasciuto and Todd Viney having a decent old go at each other. Jimmy Steins takes the ball out of the air, gives it up away, another free kick. Now, what's the definition of rough work? Interference in the rough. You quite wonder. Second time the Crows have taken the ball away from that area. towards half forward. Taken by Neitz. He couldn't break clear. Neither can Hopgood. He's tackled. Couldn't possibly get rid of the ball. So the umpire will call for a bounce. Steins just nonplussed as to what he's supposed to do and not do at that centre bounce. Bounce is awkward. Taken by Neitz. Kick doesn't go far enough. Ben Hart quickly under pressure. Out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket for the Crows. Now, the kick taken by Lovell. Lip tack on Todd Viney, we believe. Lovell kicks it outside 50 metres. Ball spills for Jimmy Steins. He throws it onto his right foot. Kicks it down to a vacant wing area. In strongly and terrific there by Wellman. Carries the ball just a little closer to the Melbourne goal. First goal of the third term to the Crows. Primke gets his right hand to it. Nigel Smart, Bickley. Now Connell, not far enough. Lovell's a chance. Taken by Hopgood. Hand pass. Tingay gets it back to Lovell. Lovell short. Oh, chipping in there. Very good reflex there by Wellman. Gets back and kicks towards half forward. Punched away by Cowell. Rashudo and Hopgood. And the boundary umpire to come into play. Chris McDermott looking a little disconsolate there on the boundary line. Hurt his leg with feel in the latter part of the first term and has been on the bench ever since.
Rashudo tries to break the tackle. He's got a remarkable record, McDermott. He's missed just one game. Crows have played 95 games since they came in 91. He's played in 94 of them. So talk about resilience. Steins, another man who's strung a long sequence of games together. Matthew Phoebe. Marcus Seacamp, well done to Tingay. Back to Rode, who's come onto the ground. Hard one for Cowell. Wasn't quite perfect. McLeod after him. Cowell, who kicked the opening goal of the game. Onto the left. Glenn Lovett forced underneath it. Visca punches it away. Liptak tried to half volley. Gave it up to Smart. Smart dropped it. Got caught, but high tackle by Viney. And giving it away to Smart, who stretches it out wide to Bickley. Acting captain tonight. Runner-up in the best and fairest a couple of years ago. Sails at the half forward. Modra the target. Neitz got back with a fair bit of courage. Rashudo's hip and shoulder. Got rid of one. Can get to back Rashudo. To Brown. To Bickley. Rashudo. Back to Brown. He can kick a goal from there at 50. Gives it a wide. Modra at the back. Doesn't quite get into it. Well done, Steins. With Pittman, they punch it through for a rush behind. And the Crows are at 6-5 to 3-5.
Yes, it was good for Steins to get back there. Just that extra big man building the wall, and Neitz showed tremendous courage to back with that ball in the pack.
Seacamp wide to Lovell. 3 goals, Robbo. You reckon that's just the margin Melbourne can't afford to get any further behind?
Well, I thought the first goal of the third term was critical, and it was the Crows that got it. Rode underneath Wellman. Taken by Primke. Gets it back to Rode. Little kick by that player. Glenn Lovett, well taken. Back he goes to Dyson. Rode again, third possession in just as many seconds, basically. The ball still at half forward for the Demons. It won't be for long. Connell, good hands. Over to Ben Hart. Short kick by that player. Too far. Well done by Stephen Phoebe. Can't break clear. Gets it to Dyson. Dyson throws it on his right foot, and fortuitously it finishes with Andrew Obst. Obst kicks in towards half forward. High flyer required. Oh, what a terrific mark by Bickley. He was out of position, running back with the flight of the ball, basically, and he chipped in and took it away from Matthew Phoebe. The Crows have got the ball near the centre of the ground, and the mark is taken by McKinnon. Is that 50 metres against Stephen Phoebe? No. McKinnon it is, with the football. Centre wing. Packed house at Football Park. McKinnon's kicked to centre half forward. Steins over the back. The ball spills. Chance for Obst. Gets onto his right foot. He's smothered. Absolutely. Rashudo gathers the ball. McCartney goes for goal. And he's put through. Terrific pressure applied at centre half forward for the Crows. Sets up their 7th goal. They lead by 4 goals.
Well, that's the second goal to McCartney. He's also missed an easy one, but Rashudo here really showing that toughness around the foreline. Good tackle there by Jarman. He really wraps the arms around, but Rashido there with that great vision and the strength to get the ball out to McCartney. So it's been a tough opening, and the Crows have come out full of fire.
2 goals to McCartney. Rashido's excellent play and Jarman's tackle on Obst. Bickley getting touches in the centre square. It's Mark too, I guess, setting it up across half-back half. The Crows are opening it up. Connell at half-forward goes with a high ball. Jarman's in the box seat. Couldn't quite hold it. Obst coming in. Sean White smothered by Modra. Under pressure, Hopgood off the ground by Connell. Floating, Cowell behind. Rush through in the end. So the Crows with their biggest margin of the game at 7-6 to 3-5. More than double Melbourne's score. Melbourne hasn't scored in this term, and Adelaide's at a 2-2. And 2-2 has been about what both teams have been getting in both of the quarters so far.
In short, and the mark is taken there by Stephen Phoebe. Gets the handball away to Hopgood. Hopgood goes across the ground, kicks wide towards the wing. Matthew Phoebe falling over. Camp outnumbered, played by McCartney. He's going to get caught, but he gets it away to McKinnon. And a little bit of pace there, just over the first 5 metres, important, but the kick has been chopped off there by Obst. He goes wide, out towards the wing, looks for Tingay. Fumbles at first, but gets it back to Dyson. Dyson gets past Bickley. Dyson looks down the ground and kicks towards half forward. The ball will spill into a vacant area, but reading it pretty well was Liptak. Gets back, kick out of mid-air. The ball's still in Melbourne's forward pocket region, and it goes over for a throw-in about 15 metres around from their goal. The temperature, currently 11 degrees, expected to get down to around about 8. But still pretty good conditions for a game of football. Primke, Neitz, Wellman caught with the ball. Still there at full forward for Melbourne. The kick out. And a good mark is taken by Lovell from behind Bickley. And Lovell is 55 metres from goal. Be too much to expect him to kick the distance, I would think. But the Demons badly need a goal. Crows have kicked the first 2 goals of the second half. Lovell's kick goes to the front of the goals. Smith couldn't take the mark. Rode keeps it in front of himself, gets around onto the right, then gives away a bit of ground. Tingay goes in short, gets it behind Connell. Lambrell taken away now by Kluzek. Kluzek's kick out to the wing, and the mark is taken by McKinnon.
Centering kick, Pittman the target. Free kick to Cowell, pushed in the back. No, going to the Crows.
I think that Stein's in trouble there.
Yeah, Jimmy. Is it against Steins? I thought Cowell came dashing out of that, looking for a free. Looks like Steins in a clash of heads maybe, or he's smacked his head into something pretty hard.
Might have hurt his back.
Let's hope he's okay. Let's have a look. There's Cowell. No, he didn't go forward. Now Steins.
He was just hit by Cowell over the top of Steins, who was back there.
So Jimmy's been in the wars in this term. Gave away a couple of critical free kicks in the centre square. And unfortunately for Melbourne, it's starting to fall apart, you feel. Pittman out wide, look towards Ingerson. Modra, kicked a couple of first half goals. McLeod I should say. Back to McLeod from Ingerson. And I think it's out of play about 50 metres away from the Adelaide goal. No, free kick coming to Melbourne. Cowell and McLeod, Sean White. Supposed to have a broken finger. Playing with it, and White to relieve for Melbourne. They're 23, and Adelaide are 48.
White goes short, and effectively he finds Cowell. And Cowell is only about 80 metres from the Crows' goal. He kicks it out towards the wing. Ball spills for Dyson, but he's tackled fiercely. Lip tack equally as fiercely. The ball spills now for Lovell. Lovell round onto his right foot. No space there. Good tight play by Connell. Squeezes the kick out of it. Mark is taken by Neitz. Looked to play on. Well guarded by Nigel Smart. Crowd thought he had played on. Neitz's kick in towards full forward. The ball through the players there contesting the mark, but the umpire sees interference and deems a free kick. Is Lamprell's. Lamprell
He's about 60 metres from goal. No one really to kick to. And no space in the Melbourne forward line, so he's forced to kick long. A wobbly old punt kick drops in short. Neitz makes a good contest. Still the ball with David Neitz, and he may have hurt himself. No, Mark Prosciutto in the middle of the action again.
It's a good move of Barmy's to put Neitz down the forward line because he knows he's got to start kicking a few goals. So he's taking the risk of taking his defender and putting him on the forward line.
Prosciutto, he's also gone to defence. I'm not sure if he's gone with Neitz. And he's punched it through from behind. You almost feel that Neitz is the one hope to take a mark and kick a goal. Smith's been well covered and nothing else happening at all for Melbourne up forward. And get it to 50, that's a good grab. Luke Norman, who's come onto the ground, to Glenn Lovett. He's probably just 5 metres too far out. It's Dyson who gave it to Lovett. Now in the pocket, that's better Road. Actually, Road's got a few touches since he's come on too.
Well, their use of the ball has been pretty poor, and when you've got medium-sized players there, you really need to hit your targets. But tonight, Melbourne really have let themselves down with some poor kicking. Tingay before was symptomatic. His kick into the forward line, how poor it was. So without big guys down there like Schwartz and Lyon who can take big grabs overhead, you've really got to put the ball out in front.
Road from the pocket. And their kick off the boot. He's got it.
This week, Target is taking 20% off the marked price of all ladies' underwear. Bras, corsetry, men's and kids' underwear, plus no deposit lay-by. But hurry, before our prices snap back.
Ouch! Yes, it's only you. Only you can thrill me like you do. Your magic for me is pure energy that nobody else can inspire. The moments we share, the laughter that's there, it's really all I desire. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's true. It's only you.
When your hot water service breaks down, in most cases we can install a new Vulcan Super 10 in just 24 hours with 6 months interest-free payments. It's another great offer worth reflecting on at the gas shop from the gas companies.
And so the next big event on the program will be the triple jump. Well, I don't know about you, but I certainly didn't expect a jump like that. A fantastic...
Our suburban guerrillas. As fear of a Japanese invasion spread, private armies began to train and drill around Australia. In response, an alarmed government expanded its Volunteer Defence Corps, promising access to weapons and uniforms.
But instead, the volunteers found themselves effectively sidelined for their own safety.
Yes, you can say thanks, Mum, for everything during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale. Say thanks, Mum, with a vast range of quality Hills products for around the home. Or say thanks, Mum, with a Stefani terracotta water purifier, just $89.95. We've even got Arlec 150-watt halogen floodlights for only $12.95. And always handy around home, a Flambeau stand and store, just $49.95. Yes, you can during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale.
It begins Monday night.
One of the most critically acclaimed shows of the 90s is on 7. From the Emmy Award-winning writer of L.A. Law.
Just like that, you want to cut into his head.
You can expect a drama rich in human spirit.
Might help with that if you know I'm a person for Grandpa.
Rich in laughter and tears.
I held those babies in my arms.
With more heart than ER.
Nobody's dying tomorrow. Not in that room.
Expect the very best.
For those of you with God in your lives, please make contact now.
Chicago Hope, 8:30 Monday.
Steins gets his left hand to it. Goes only as far as Bickley. Road again. Now an important possession here. Liptak fiercely finds Brown. Brown off the left foot. Kicks wide. Out in front is Ingerson. He marks. Looks to play on quickly, and that's the way the forwards like it. Get the ball down where they could be one-on-one. He's been called to play on. Forced to kick with the right foot. Up towards full forward. It's punched away. Melbourne under a bit of pressure. Phoebe gets it back to Sean White. Handball. Fierce for Tingay. Gets it out wide looking for Cowell. Ball with Liptak. He gets his right foot to it. But Andrew Obst, very strong in defence for the Demons. He goes in short, and it's a little bit too high in the finish for Stephen Phoebe. Taking it as Rashudo. Hand pass. Brown. Little kick. Andrew Jarman.
Well, Neil Barnaby is very disappointed with Andrew Obst coming out of defence. Really not under pressure and just couldn't hit the target. In fact, missed the target by a good 10 metres, and this has set up the Crows to have an easy shot at goal.
And it couldn't be in better hands. Andrew Jarman, a very capable player. Handballs very well and kicks exceptionally well with either foot. He's only kicking from about 35 metres, if that. Good kick by Jarman's a goal. So all that work that the Demons put in to get their fourth goal, Adelaide answer with their eighth quite straightforwardly.
Jarman's been a good pinch hitter going into the forward line for the Crows this year, where he's only picked up 1 or 2 goals when he's gone down into the forward pocket, just using his guile and experience there. But that was all set up just with that poor kick of Ops coming out of defence, and well, that just gave the Crows a goal they didn't expect.
Now by 4 goals again, the Crows, 8-6-4-6. So poor Andrew Obbs, who had the footing, got tackled by Jarman, and Rashudo's handball to McCartney in a goal. And then a very poor kick. Rashudo snaffled it, and they finally got it to Jarman. So had a couple of goals against him in this term. A couple of black marks. Wellman to Smart, to Hart at centre wing. Brings it into Jarman. Through the centre, something normally happens when he gets hold of the footy. Modra, White, well done White. Lovett, it's Glenn Lovett. Stops and then props. Short, Dyson. Their disposal's been disappointing tonight. Very rarely have they found a player. Neats and Smart. Bickley read it very well at centre wing. Gets to Connell. Crows running on strongly here. Connell could have gone off. Stops for a while, then kicks to Modra, who makes it. Out about 60 metres. Ingerson in the goal square with Primke. Modra short to Brown at 50. Still too far, you'd think. Jarman on his own. Brown goes for him. Viney gets back, goes early. Jarman brings it to ground. Lift that tackle, pretty good tackle. Here's Jarman. Normally clever. McKinnon perfectly placed the goal. It's close. He hooked it. It's a behind. 8-7-4-6. It's a big lead, isn't it?
Kick-in has been marked by Matthew Phoebe. He's still inside 50 metres as far as the Crows are concerned. Short kick now. Good mark, Tingay. Handball to the player standing still, but Primke had enough space. Kicks towards half forward, Lovell. Ball spills to the front. Handball wide, Lovell again. Throws it onto his left foot. Race on here between Irving and Connell, both ex-West Coast players. Well done by Irving. Straightens up, kicks with the right foot, hooks it in the finish looking for distance, and it's out of bounds on the full.
He's just come onto the ground replacing Jimmy Steins, who we saw only about 5 minutes ago limping, and there's Steins going into the dugout.
Irving did well, just couldn't quite capitalise. He's into the contest and thumps it with a big right fist over for a throw-in. 6
6 3/4 minutes left. The centre breaks, Adelaide dominating for the centre breaks. 10-4. Chance for Road, gets it to Glenn Lovett. High kick towards full forward. Sean Smith nearly took it. Brown tackled by Sean Smith, and the umpire can do nothing more than bounce about 40 metres out from the Melbourne goal as Jimmy Steins receives some attention. Hilton in the background having a spell on the bench. And the Demons could badly do with a goal here. Neats leaving it behind Cluzet. Spills for Glenn Lovett. In goes Brown, makes a good contest of it. And the Crows have made a change as Vic Pittman has a spell, and back onto the ground is Chalmers.
Immediately into the ruck against Irving, so a couple of fresh legs there. Kick by Stephen Phoebe, didn't go far. Andrew Jarman got it away. Out to half-back, rolling ball, and a free kick coming back to Jarman. There's Pittman. Brian Sander, the doctor there, has been busy tonight with Chris McDermott's injury, and all too busy this season, particularly in the case of Tony McGuinness and Sean Wren. Jarman's kicked the centre wing. Viney. Back to Phoebe. To centre half forward. Oh, Neeks, good grab. It was a terrific mark, a one-hander, but he controlled it beautifully. And let's hope from Melbourne's point of view, and I think from the game's point of view, you can go back and kick a goal. There haven't been very many high moments in this match. It's been scrappy and tough and hard and close, but nothing really to give you a big thrill.
And Andy Lovell has just come off from Melbourne, and Luke Norman has come onto the ground, and Norman can be quite good at ground level, can also take a strong mark.
Neeks from 50. Tries to bring it back, but he pushes it to the right for behind. His first score, it's gone up forward. 4 goals the margin.
And McCartney's off, and young McLeod has come back on for the Adelaide Crows.
Good kick, Jamieson, gets to Bickley.
Bickley able to run on and gets an effective kick down towards the wing. The ball to the back. Pressure now on Pripke. Able to get around on his left side. Still done well. Finishes Lamprell. Kick gathered by Norman. Handball. Dyson must make something of this. Off the left foot. Dyson in towards full forward. Goes over the top of the players' heads in that area. Now Smart gets back. Hand pass not far enough. Neats. Gee, Smith put him under a bit of pressure. Jamison tackled, didn't have the ball. Play on? No. Surely, is it? Yep. Is that not clear? Seacamp a goal.
Yep.
Well, I can't believe that. Anyway, the Crows supporters will tell you all about it. Adelaide lead by 3 goals.
We see Smart here with the ball, and intercepted down there by Smith. Jamison trying to come through, dispossessed, and Seacamp there just ran on and kicked it.
Eight, 7-5-7 that goal to Seacamp. Free kick was against Jamison for dropping the footy, was what the umpire indicated. Chalmers. Rasciuto pounced away from him. Oh, high tackle on Phoebe against Jarman.
Tell you what, Rasciuto was hard at the footy again.
Obst. Penetrating kick. Neats in the front spot. Good play by Smart. Chalmers just caught. Well done, Dyson. Back to Chalmers. Left-hand handball. Bit hard for Liptak. Viney. Visca. Well played. Brown. Chance here because Jarman's got the footy. Short to Rasciuto. Now called back. Mondra's in the pocket. Rasciuto's a long kick. Goes on the screw punt. Have a look at that. Towards the 10-metre square. Mondra at the back. Was punched away. Primke after it. Little toe poke. Cow. And Ingerson hard on Cow. And let's go down and join Neil Curley on the boundary line for this report.
Yeah, Jimmy Steins has got his ankle in ice, or strapped in ice, and you don't know with Jim. It takes a hard injury for him not to come back on the ground, so time will tell.
Thanks, Neil. At 50 metres, Crows in attack. Jarman's quick kick in the pocket. And you really think from Melbourne's point of view, they've just got to stand here and they can't allow Adelaide to score another goal.
No, but Neil Barnes now throwing
time.
Seacamp down the forward line. He's already kicked a goal, so he's got Neitz and Seacamp who both started in defence on the forward line now, so he's just trying to find that magic formula so they can kick a couple of quick goals.
3 minutes left in the term. Oh, gee whiz. Crows players not really appreciating the attention that was a Pripke that came in over the top of the Adelaide boy on the ground. The umpire just having nothing to say. He's got the football, Peter Carey. There's Lamprell and Wiedemann. Having a bit of a to-do. Peter Carey bounces about 40 metres out from the Crows' goal. The ball goes to half-back. Melbourne under pressure here. Brown's got the ball. And the umpire will bounce once again. And there's a dust-up between Lamprell and Wiedemann off the ball.
The emergency umpire has come racing out. He's going to do something here.
The umpire bounces just to keep play going, so that's not a bad ploy. Melbourne under pressure at half-back. They still can't clear that area. It's about 45 metres from the Crows' goal. And the umpire, for the 4th time, within about a minute, will bounce the ball.
So the Demons are just hanging on to the Crows here. 18 points in it. Primke, good tackle, Wiedemann. Jarman. McKinnon on the left. Good kick. Miffles are behind. He's second for the term. A lot of spite just for the moment. 8-8-5-7. Rhodes off the ground for Melbourne and Hilton on. Seacamp's gone back to the fence. Neil Baum ringing the changes. Viney goes short. Provides the lead. Gets it off Seacamp. So what's Viney? He's had 14 kicks and 6 handballs. Gets to Cow. It's a minute and 3/4 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Melbourne just clinging back towards Adelaide, as they did before half-time. Kluzek makes some space, then gives a dummy away, looking in the Connell direction. Ben Hart just disorientated for the moment and out of play at centre wing. Adelaide leading 8-8-5-7. Melbourne trying to lift. Big crowd here, not quite jammed, but well over 40,000. It's a fantastic venue.
Primke and Ingerson. Ball to the front of the pack, taken by Viney. He's knocked up getting the ball. Not really all that effective with that kick.
Modric moved out to the half-forward line too, Robbo, and Risciuto really now is the spearhead for the Crows.
Todd Viney, 20 possessions. Again, Ingerson and Primke. Gathered by Dyson, tries to get it to Viney. Norman is underneath all that. Kick forward by Dyson to half-forward. Contest, ball spills Nigel Smart. Taken away by Hilton. He's going to take the bounce. Left foot kick by Hilton is a goal. So he backed himself, Jeff Hilton. He's only been on the ground for a couple of minutes. He spent most of this 3rd term on the bench. But he gets Melbourne's 6th goal in the dying seconds of the 3rd quarter. We have another look at the way he went at that football. Good shepherd provided by Stephen Phoebe. Just out of reach of, was it Sean Wellman in the goal square? Hilton, his 1st goal.
There was a time in the 1st half where you suggested he might have been nearly Melbourne's best player, Robbo, and benched for most of this 3rd term.
So Melbourne getting back here, 8-8-6-7, less than a minute remaining. Irving, Viney, gets it to half-forward. Neitz and Smart. Not a bad bounce for Melbourne. Crashing through was Tingay. And getting a free kick.
Tingay, he might have got tripped here. We have to see this incident again, but he's improved a little bit in this 3rd term. But Tingay, well, I tell you what, he's pretty lucky to get that free kick.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been in top form tonight, Tingay. But if he can lift late in this quarter and have a cracking last quarter, make a hell of a difference to the Demons.
Tingay's kick just outside 50. It's right there. Smart at the back. McKinnon gave it away in a hurry. Smith. Good kick by Smith. It's a goal. Well, what a remarkable turnaround. The Demons are back in this all right. Sean Smith from nowhere. McKinnon just giving the footy away in a hurry. And Melbourne within 7 points after being 25 points behind.
Well, let's give some credit here to Luke Norman. We see this long bomb here by Tingay. They really lack crumbs at ground level, Melbourne, but Norman comes at him very hard. You see Norman now, he comes in, makes the tackle, and
McKinnon there had to get rid of it in hurried fashion, and that was a terrific snap. It was a good kick, wasn't it? My word, it was. In a tight situation. Restart of play at the centre, and nothing happening, so the umpire forced to bounce. And that will be it for the third quarter. An important goal close to the siren, kicked by Sean Smith. Todd Viney leading from the front. Melbourne feel that they've got some chance of victory here. They haven't played well, neither of the Crows, for that matter. But at three-quarter time, the Crows have a 7-point advantage. And would you want to run into that guy in a dark alley, Wayne Wiedemann? At three-quarter time, the Crows lead 8-8 to 7-7.
Saturday, May 6th is McHappy Day. $1 from every Big Mac you buy goes to Ronald McDonald Children's Charity and Variety Club to help change the life of a special child. Join in the fun at your local McDonald's and please, eat generously.
At Java Sport, we give you more.
The Ford 3-day mega sale is on. Java Sport are overstocked with quality used cars and prices have been slashed on Fords, Holdens, Toyotas and more. With no repayments till next year and all carry Java Sport's 3-year warranty. And when you buy from Java Sport, Norwood or Hillcrest, have a go in the cash queue.
At Java Sport, Ford, we give you more.
It was the 1850s and there were easy pickings on the goldfields. Now the gold rush is on again and it's your turn to strike it lucky. Hey, and for the month of May, come and pan for gold. There's over 40,000 bonus cash dollars to be won. Lucky Bart's Gold Rush Pokies. It's your turn to strike it lucky.
The Persian Carpet Gallery half-price sale is now on.
Save on this beautiful durry. Was $4.50, now $225. Hundreds of beautiful living and dining room carpets reduced to half price. This rug was $3,800, now $1,900. Hall runners reduced to half price. All Chinese carpets now half price. Hurry to the Persian Carpet Gallery half-price sale. 18 Decantable Terrace, Kent Town. Open 7 days, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
In this week's Sunday Mail, you'll find more than a good read guaranteed. You'll find the Movieland Sunday Mail $1 million free video hire offer. Look in the TV Plus, on the Video Plus pages where there's all the information on the latest released videos, and see how every reader can get 3 months of free video hire. There's also the chance to win a home cinema centre, compliments of radio rentals. Buy the Sunday Mail and get 3 months of free video hire. Don't miss it. And the Sunday Mail.
Yes, you can say thanks, Mum, for everything during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale. Say thanks, Mum, with a vast range of quality Hills products for around the home. Or say thanks, Mum, with a Linda 2-slice toaster, just $19.95. Put some colour into Mum's life with accent paint from just $29.95. With bonus 1 kilo can of licorice all sorts with each purchase. And this Victor Heavy Duty Mulch Maker is only $3.49. Yes, you can during Mitre 10's Homemaker sale.
Next week, a special Mother's Day edition.
She was taken from me.
Can you help the Adelaide mother in her desperate search for the child she lost at birth?
There is a chance that my daughter is watching me right now.
And the Adelaide man who's never hugged his mum on Mother's Day.
If somebody knows her, ask her to get in contact with me.
His only clue, an 18-year-old photograph.
It's pain. And it's real.
Today, tonight, next week on 7.
Productive quarter for both teams, particularly Melbourne in the end. It was 3 goals to the Crows, 4 to the Demons. At three-quarter time, Adelaide by 7 points, 8-8 to 7-7.
7 Sports is proud to present this match as part of the 1995 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
Big replay, Saturday replay tomorrow in Melbourne. Take note, 6 to 7:30, featuring Collingwood against Richmond. Fantastic crowd expected at the Melbourne Cricket Ground tomorrow. Watch that on the replay. Neil Baum Down on the ground with the Melbourne team. Neil Curley, a familiar pattern in the second and third quarters. Adelaide in control. Melbourne coming back late.
That's correct, Bruce. This is going to be a test of character and commitment from all players on both sides. Like, it's anybody's game at this stage. I still favour the Crows to get up win because they are kicking to the scoring end. Going to be anxious to see how Modra handles this. Sean White's played very well on him tonight. He's frustrated him. He's played him tight and close. And we have seen Modra over the years sort of get frustrated and drop back into the shell and not lead. I'd hope to think that he'll continue to lead and offer himself, but this game is going to be a beauty. The first goal could well decide who wins the footy match. There's nothing in it. The Melbourne players really came back hard in that quarter. They took the pressure right up to the Crows boys, and they couldn't quite handle it. They sort of stopped back, and the Melbourne boys were a little more committed. Be a great last quarter, this one.
Good on your curls. Pittman back on the ground. Melbourne with those late goals. Deep in the quarter. Have a look at that scoring for Melbourne. Quarter going about 28 minutes, and Melbourne getting those goals very late against the Crows. They got 4 of the last 5 goals and 2 in the last 2 minutes of that term. Does signify Adelaide took charge and Melbourne came back strongly. So the start of the final term at Footy Park. Nip and tuck most of the night. Adelaide led by 25 points at one stage in the third quarter. It's back to 7. They led by 7 at quarter time, 11 at half time. And as Neil Curley said, first goal all important here. It went through Lovett's fingers. Hilton was in strongly. Little kick off the ground by Ingerson. Back to Connell. Lots of kicks tonight. A floater. Underneath it, Primke has to sit. Wait, well done. Took the mark. McLeod was in late. Primke very short. Lovett. Class player. He's back in the team tonight after missing 3 games with an injury. Here's Hopgood, who's a late inclusion this evening for Gary Lyon. He was injured a hamstring. Nothing much on offer. Decides to get some distance. Just inside 50, Neats there with Smart. Goes to ground, Hilton. Deep in the pocket, off the ground. Jarman gets back. Well played, Jarman. Brilliantly played, in fact. Smart under pressure. Neats gets it forward. Hilton tucked away in the pocket. Could he kick a miraculous goal? That's close! Don't tell me! Yes! Sensational! Out of the blue, out of this world. What a goal!
Well, we said earlier in the game that he was a goal kicker. He can kick a good goal as a junior. And we see here, this is one of the great goals. Great pick up by Jarman. We saw Smart trying to weave his way out. Now, you can call this check side, offside, backside, call it whatever you like.
There's a lot of backside in it.
The fact is, he put it through the centre.
The ball at the centre. Todd Viney can't get past. Lip tack. Only as far as Phoebe. The kick towards the centre half forward area. Off the ground. Into it again is Hilton. Ball spills for Neats. Kick by that player. High into the pocket. And mark to Smith from behind. No play on, says the umpire. Well, Andrew Obst indicating that he thought it was a mark. We'll have another look. Jamieson got his right fist to it first, so the decision okay by the umpire, and he bounces about 30 metres from the Melbourne goal. Neats gets his hand to it. Obst good in the contest. Ball spills now for Phoebe. Snapshot by that player is out of bounds on the full. A behind would have levelled the scores in the early part of the last term. The free kick is with Connell. No one on the mark. Not good play by Melbourne. The kick goes out towards the wing. Neats kicked up in from mid-air by Nigel Smart. But a good effort, a great effort. Leaping and stretching David Neats.
Going to the forward lines, just giving Melbourne that extra talent and brilliance down there that Primke couldn't give them. Primke's a very doer, solid player. That silly play there by Neats there off the mark.
Well, he was called to play on. I don't think he realised, and he's had to turn it over. Jarman's kick. Good tackle by Primke. Goes short to Viney. Just a point of difference. What a remarkable turnaround in this match. Cow running off the centre wing. Gets it to half forward. Hilton in the box seat at the back. Well, good play there by Visca to Jarman. And they looking for a big last quarter from Jarman. Modra got the lead. Tremendous kick by Jarman. Get it to Modra. Neil Curley said that he had to present himself in the last quarter. He kicked 2 goals in the opening half. One of them a clever soccer off the ground. And Jarman constructive as ever. Well, this would really set the crowd alight if Modra could bang it through from 55 metres. Has kick two. It's not bad. It's not quite there, though. McCartney in the front spot. Seacamp will be happy to concede in the end behind. So the Crows by 2 points. 8-9, 8-7. They led 8 goals to 4 in the third quarter by 25 points and was seemingly home. Melbourne with a late rush and then an early goal here, and this is tight.
Seacamp in short. Hopgood. He's got no one really to kick to. He's got to go wide to the wing. Good hands provided there by Norman. That was a good mark. The ball coming fiercely. And he's on centre wing. Well, he's behind the wing. He kicks towards half forward. High was Neitz. Hopgood, but left behind. Smart. Jarman again. He's come into the play since half-time. Andrew Jarman's kicked to half forward. The race is on. The gather, but he slips over Rashudo. He's able to get the hand pass back. Brown's in trouble. Back to Rashudo. Oh, a throw. Surely. No. They play on. Liptak's been caught. He's still got the football. Gives away a bit of ground. Tumble off the left foot. Hooks the kick towards full forward in front. Good mark taken by Primke in front of Tony Modra. Short kick is okay. He finds Hopgood. Hopgood's got to play a wide. His delivery is not bad. Leaving it behind was Lamprell. Glenn Lovett shrugs the Jarman tackle. Sweeping hand pass. Melbourne have got the run on now. Primke towards the wing. No mark. The ball spills to the back. Neitz off the ground on the full. Is it against Adelaide? And the free kick will go to Stephen Phoebe. He can play on his own at half forward. Dyson caught. Beautiful tackle by Smart. Locked him up. Crows supporters looking for the free kick.
The kick let him down then. It was a poor kick again by the Melbourne side. It looks as if Barmy may have told them that they've got to start rebounding the football a bit more. They've been a bit stagnant, Melbourne. They're trying to move the ball, players running to more open spaces.
Wellman able to take the edge off the kick by Irving. Ben Hart from half-back. Ingerson, good take. Under pressure at centre wing. Crows needing a goal here. Leading by 2 points. Now Ingerson told to play on. That's a real floater. Cow should get there, and he does. Plays it on to Viney. This rebound, as Kevin said a moment ago. Cow at half-back to centre wing. Irving and Pittman. Which way is that going? To Irving. Gee, it looked 50-50, didn't it?
They always do.
Now, Hopgood was wide in the centre, but Irving's going to go long. A more conventional way to centre half forward. Offsets himself. Smith the fly at the back. Bickley to get back. Good hands to Smart. Well played though by Norman. Norman off the ground. Misses. It's a behind. Did a good job there, Norman.
He's done a couple of good tackles and is a strongly built kid. Puts himself in the picture, and since he's come onto the forward line and Neitz has been moved down there, they've looked a better combination.
Jamieson kicks to himself and then finds Visca. Handball Connell. Connell from half-back. Kicks to half-forward. Cowell couldn't take the mark. McCartney. Oh, Liptak runs into him, but he's able to rebound. And there's a free kick up back there where Liptak was. He's throwing the ball. And it will go to Melbourne. So the Demons breathe a sigh of relief, and I'm sure their fans back in Melbourne have got their hearts in their mouths as you see McCartney hand the ball to Liptak. So the free kick to the Demons from half-back. The ball now at half-forward for Melbourne. It spills. No one can really break away, and the umpire will call for a bounce. It's about 52 metres from the Melbourne goal. Adelaide lead by a point. There's 13 and a half minutes left in this match.
Ben Hart, the 20-year-old, picks himself up. Friday night football on 7. We've had some close matches this year on the Friday night matches. And another one tonight in Adelaide. Big crowd here. Jimmy Stein's injured. Andy Lovell and Peter Road there. Melbourne without a win in their first 5 games. Crows have won 2 out of 5. Norman looking for a free kick. Melbourne just get it forward. Rashudo had it for a long time. Gee, strong. Dyson's got hold of the footy. Connell's tackle okay. Dyson goes to ground. He'll have to get rid of it. He tries to get it out, or does he? Adelaide will want a free kick. Visca there, and it's going to be a ball up about 75 metres from Melbourne's goal. They're 8-8. Adelaide are 8-9. The Weed getting ready to come back on. So the Demons kicked the last 4 goals in this game. Dyson handballs forward. Viney couldn't quite. Oggs has had not a good night. Wellman high tackle. Well, it's a leg first and then a high tackle. He'll get the free kick at centre half back, Sean Wellman.
Yeah, what's he doing? He obviously knows he's got the free kick, but that was pretty hard there by David Neitz. The Crows get away from half back, out towards the wing. It's punched away. Melbourne can gather. Underground handball. Breaks down. Little kick, only as far as Hopgood. He runs around Brown and then kicks back towards half forward for Melbourne. A high leap, no mark though. In there is Hilton. He gets the hand pass and he gets past. He backs himself. He's got to kick it now. Short. Oh, great effort. Interception by Kluzek. Terrific football by both sides. The kick by Kluzek goes out towards the wing. It's taken by Lintak. He looks to play on. Has a good look down the ground. Kicks the half forward. No mark. The ball spills to the back. Pripke has played a pretty good game. Hopgood goes wide. Player for Melbourne on his own. Stephen Phoebe. He kicks it towards the forward line. Player in line is Sean Smith, and he's taken the mark. Well within scoring distance.
And I think the point you made about Primke across half-back has been absolutely superb for Melbourne. And so that double move by Barm, Neitz and Primke has been certainly a winner. And Sean Smith, he's kicked the one goal.
Well, if he scores a behind, we'll have a level score situation at Football Park. But of course, if he can goal, Melbourne will hit the front for the first time since about the 7-minute mark, or early anyway, in the first turn. Smith's kick, he hooks it. Neitz at the back. One of them have got it. It's Seacamp in the square.
Came running down from the defence and Robbo to present himself in the goal square and become part of the action.
Well, here's a boy who was slaughtered early by Risciuto. We see Sean Smith's kick into the goal square here. And then went on to McCartney and had goals kicked on him. And now he's going for his second goal himself.
Seacamp from the goal square. Couldn't possibly miss it. He doesn't. Seacamp kicks his second goal. And the Demons are in front by 5 points.
Well, I think that's fantastic for Marcus Seacamp, the former Fitzroy player. He ran all the way down the ground. And he was slaughtered early. And shows a lot of mental strength to come back and kick a goal in the third and fourth quarter, and particularly that goal to put him in front.
Seacamp now pushed to full forward. 40,406 here. The Demons have hit the front. Glenn Lovett out of the centre. Lamprell's quick kick up towards half forward. What a tremendous comeback by Melbourne. Can the Crows now answer? Hilton's had a fantastic last term. His goal was run out of the box, wasn't it? As Smart goes for the punch against Neitz.
What I suspect Barmy did then was that he had Ops in the forward pocket, and maybe at a given time Ops goes down into defence and Seacamp comes down from defence and takes up a position. And it's a double change which catches the opposition out, and that's what happened.
And that's how Seacamp got the mark, took the goal. Hilton, well done to Norman. Goes in short. Smith was there. Back towards Norman. Jarman. Jamison towards the boundary line, out of play. Well, Adelaide really under pressure here. Cannot afford a Melbourne goal because time's starting to run away. Inside 10 minutes.
I think Norman should have had a long shot at goal then. The idea of trying to do that underground pass just didn't come off.
Just running too quickly maybe, Kevin. Wellman caught. Gets the kick away. Close to the line. Norman. Player leaves it behind. Todd Viney. Dyson. Back to Todd Viney. Kick by that player to the front of the goals. Can Melbourne take the mark? Smith. Kick off the ground. Attempted kick off the ground by Stephen Phoebe has registered a score for the Demons. And they lead by 6 points with down to 9.5 minutes. It is a nail-biter at Football Park. The Demons have looked losers twice in the game. But they're forced back to wrench the lead back. And at the moment they lead by 6 points. Jamison goes through the motions. Once again, Kluzek's kick. Out towards the wing. Glenn Lovett interferes with his opponent in Connell. And Connell has the free kick. 18 free kicks to 15. Really irrelevant in this terrific game of football. Risciuto is marked on centre wing.
Modra in the goal square. Now provides a lead. Risciuto with a big hook. Modra will get on the end of it now. Good take by Modra. Wiedemann was running past. Clever kick by Modra to Brown. Tucked away in the pocket. Not bad across the face. Cow will concede a behind. The right play Gee, didn't Montra show some skills there? 8-10, 9-9. Well, you say a great game, Robbo. It's been a funny old game, hasn't it? A scrappy affair, but suddenly the tempo is lifted and the excitement level is very, very high. And the Demons come in looking for everything. Brown's got it at 50. Still Brown. Tingate couldn't put the tackle on him. Brown's kick again to the goal square. White gets back, goes and takes a good mark. That was a terrific grab by White. He's had an excellent duel with Modra, and you'd have to say he's been slightly on top after Modra had his moments early.
Well, one of Modra's 2 goals came from a kick off the ground, which I suppose you have to give credit. Sean White indicating that he's going to kick to this near side, came down that line and then went to hook the kick across to the other side of the ground, disallowed. So the umpire will ask him to repeat the dose, and he'll now kick long, out towards half-back. Not quite far enough. Glenn Lovett, gathered by Dyson, was good. Seacamp's got a player in support. It's Matthew Feeby. He's a pretty good kick. Off that left foot. He will find Neitz at centre-half forward. He's down near the wing, David Neitz. He kicks in towards the half-forward area. Glenn Lovett gets on the end of it. He's marked. He plays off. Glenn Lovett, the little kick. It's been marked by Obbs. Obbs goes for goal, and Melbourne have got their 10. Andrew Obbs kicks his first goal. 10-9 plays 8-10, and all of a sudden the Demons have an 11-point advantage.
And that ploy of Neil Barnes has got him 2 goals because the switch over of the 2 players, Ops has gone for half-back flank down to the forward line, Seacamp's gone back, and this has enabled Ops on his way down, and he's kicked a goal. It's a good move.
Demons have kicked the last 6 goals. It's 10-9 to 8-10. Crows have got to get one quickly now. Jarman well done through the centre. Held up a little. Going hard for it is Rashudo, as he's done all night. Swings it back to Pittman. Pittman to Brown, surely a goal. Brown gives it a hook and misses from 30 metres out, straight in front.
If I have a criticism, Kevin, of David Brown, he gets the ball a lot, but his kicking lets him down, doesn't it? Well, even when he's kicking to a teammate.
Well, I think we've made the point that they don't have small players who kick goals, the Crows. Brown kicked 12 goals last year.
Glenn Lovett, good lead. Gee, bad luck for Brown, but it was an awful miss in the circumstances and context of this match. Plenty of time, 7 minutes, but gee, there have been very few goals scored.
Start hit the target too, Melbourne.
Dyson from Viney to centre-half forward. Oh, he's had a push in the back against Wellman, not paid. Well done, Jamieson on the left now. Crows cannot concede another goal. If they do, they'll be gone. Here's the chance. Smart's up forward. Can he finish on? Not bad, Smart. That's a beauty! Well, the match is gaining in momentum now, isn't it? The standard's rising. 9-11 to 10-9. The Crows are right back in it again.
Well, whether it was a push not there, that's a debatable one. Jamieson there just bombs it out. Very good bounce here for the Crows. And a good finish by Smart.
Well, the time remaining, 7 minutes. So plenty of football left in this match. All of a sudden, it's goal for goal. The contest at the centre. Glenn Lovett, Andrew Jarman kicks it out wide. And the mark, a good one in the finish, has been taken by Connell. Lamprell, number 37 for Melbourne. Connell is too far out to score, but he'll put it in the square. Short pass. Modra. Oh, Dyson. Oh, tough stuff. Free kick. Brown goes in. Not allowed. It'll come back. Don't get excited, Crows fans. Modra will shoot from 40 metres. You see Tony Modra on his own, and then all of a sudden Dyson and White converge, and the umpire deems that as a free kick to the Crows player. Modra has kicked 2 goals. Well, you'd have to say that he'd be a big chance from here. And if ever the Crows need their star full forward to convert, it's this situation. He kicks for goal. It is a goal. The Crows are back in front. All be in by just 2 points. Great kick by Modra to get his 3rd goal, and in a low-scoring game, a good performance.
71-69, close in front. Through the centre, looked at. Can the Demons respond? Hopgood's quick kick, a little lucky, gets the Tingay. Modra now with 3 goals, showed tremendous courage a moment ago. Dyson goes to ground. Connell's been important in the last couple of minutes. Good kick, he weighted it beautifully to half. Was he off? No, he wasn't. Hard at half forward. Modra provides it in. Great kick. Rasciuto all on his own. A big hole there, and only Rasciuto filling it. And Hart spotted him and hit him.
Just a bit of bad luck with the kick from Melbourne, I feel, out towards the wing. Perhaps not as well directed as it could have been.
Their kicking during the night, though, Robbo, where just he could have kicked it harder out in front, allowed Dyson to run onto the ball, but it popped it up, and he really put him in an awkward position. Then he fell over at that critical moment, enabled him to get the ball down. It was a great kick by Hart, great vision.
Rasciuto's kick too. They're happy. 3 to Rasciuto, 3 to Modra. And the Crows now with 3 goals in about 4 minutes have hit back hard. 11-11 to 10-9.
You can see the kick here by Tingay. It was just a floater, really. He had to kick it much further than that and enable him to run onto the ball, put Dyson in a very awkward position. Good decision by the umpire there. As far as I was concerned, he wasn't off there. It was just with his momentum Hart. But wonderful vision there to find Rasciuto.
Connell with 25 possessions has been a good player. All-important centre bounce. Taken away by Viney. Up towards half-forward. Can the Demons get a goal back? Obst. Held up by McCartney. Their struggle for possession. And the umpire will call for a ball up. And the play is only about 35 metres from the Melbourne goal. Time ticking away. Crows lead by 8 points. So the Demons need 2 goals. McCartney with the ball. Can't clear the pack. Still the umpire requires the players, and eventually the whistle goes for a ball up. McCartney and Irving. Ben Hart and Tingay. Frustration for Stephen Tingay. Had a quiet night. 7 kicks and 6 handballs. The bounce favours Neitz. Over the top was Hilton, giving away the free kick. The player didn't have the ball. Was Visca.
Plays on to Jarman. It's been good in the last quarter, Jarman. Stretches it wide and kicks it to the boundary line, and he finds it. And that was the intention, and he did it very well. 14 and 4, Jarman. I can remember when he had 2 and 2 just after half-time. So he's had a very, very productive second half. It's been a tremendous last quarter to a game that really hit the high spots in the first 3 terms. Glenn Lovett, with his head down low. Melbourne need a goal in the next minute and a half. 3.5 remaining. The Crows have taken the initiative away from the Demons after Melbourne came steaming back. They kicked 6 goals without an answer to put themselves a couple of kicks in front at one stage. Lovett's little one didn't go far. A level over the top. Pittman's in there. And I think the Crows will be pretty happy to bottle and hold it up as much as they possibly can. Wiedemann comes limping out of that little sortie as 77 to 69. Tap by Bickley. Jarman, was he held on to? Dyson, high tackle, gets a free kick against Wiedemann. He was falling down, but it was there. And then Dyson at centre wing. Melbourne need a long kick. They need a very positive attack from here. Nothing half-hearted from this position, and that's not good. Fancy giving the footy away at a situation like this.
He's got his right knee heavily bandaged, Dyson. One wonders whether he's 100%, but Bickley has the football at right half back for the Crows. His kick goes wide. Irving from behind, a big punch over for a throw-in. 8 points is the advantage for Adelaide. 2.5 minutes left. Well, it'd be a steal now for the Demons, you would think, if they were to get up. Crows answered the challenge magnificently. Irving can't get clear. Yes, he can. He got a kick out of there. Back towards the centre. Norman tackled by Wiedemann. And the umpire deems that as a tie-up. Wiedemann, a wry smile. Umpire will bounce. Left arm was a little high, but umpire gave that the all clear. Pittman and Irving. Pittman gets his two hands to it, takes the ball to the ground, and the Crows quite prepared to waste vital seconds. 2 minutes now left in the game. They lead by 8 points.
This is an area where the Rules Committee one day might have to look at, with time ticking away from ball-ups.
Pittman did well, got it down to Liptak. Adelaide over the centre again. Rashudo, what a game he's played. Brown goes to Brown. Taken by McLean, back to Rashudo. Dumping kick, Modra with a chance. White with him, it's been a good duel or not. White goes to Brown, Modra still on him. White gets no free kick. Primke gets back. Smart puts the pressure on. Melbourne harassed. Well played, Crows. Out of play in the pocket. Modra with 3. And White, gee, it was a good contest. Both giving their all. Throw in. Lovett got a bad bounce. Caught. Tingay, Jarman on top. And back to Bickley on the left foot. High ball in the forward pocket. Rashuto. Brown, Liptak. And you'd reckon the Crows were home now with a minute remaining. Deep in attack, and they lead by 8 points.
One's got a feel for Neil Barton. They're going to lose 6 straight, the Demons. They've been very competitive in every one of those games.
Primke doing the ruck work up against Nigel Smart. Glenn Lovett can't clear that congestion. Rashudo could have been nearly paid a free kick. Tingay over the top. Rashudo does well to hold it up. So 21 possessions and 3 goals to Mark Rashudo. He's done his good job again for the Adelaide side. Down to half a minute now, so the Crows will win the game. Primke, Bickley prepared to take it over for another throw-in. 50 metres from the Crows' goal. Melbourne came at Adelaide at the start of this last term. Got the lead by 10 points, but weren't able to hang on. Adelaide, magnificent. Nigel Smart. No drama there. Seconds again, ticking down. 11-11 plays 10-9. The Crows lead by 8 points, and not long to go now. Brown, kick off the ground. Tingay goes down the boundary line and finds touch. So the Demon supporters left lamenting once again, as Kevin Bartlett has mentioned. They've been very good in 6 games, but haven't been able to pick up the 4 points. Ruck contest, Rashudo back over the boundary line, and there's the siren. Jarman very happy with his second half. Bickley happy to cap the decide to an 8-point victory, 11-11 to 10-9. Montgomery 3 and Rashuto 3 for the Crows. Jarman's second half outstanding. And Rashuto good all night. Ben Hart did the job on Tingay early. And Adelaide getting out of jail in the end. As Robbo said, they were quite magnificent in the last 8 or 9 minutes, because they were facing defeat after leading practically throughout the night. You do feel a bit for Melbourne. Really brave effort as we see Ingerson and Jarman and Klusek. And what are the Crows going to do here? They're going to do a bit of a lap for their fans. Neeks, who made such a difference when he went on the forward line. Hilton's extraordinary goal. White's tremendous battle with Modra. Very physical performance by White again tonight, carrying an injury. But Adelaide maintaining their unbeaten record at home. They've won 3 out of 3 at Football Park this season, and they're 3-3 for the year, and poor old Melbourne are 0-6. Let's go down and join Neil Curley, who has one of the happy Adelaide players with him.
Thanks, boys. Well, Matty, that was halfway through that last quarter. It didn't look good, but the boys found a bit extra.
Yeah, I think it was a special win there. To Melbourne's credit, they didn't give us an inch all day and fought very hard, but we were, I suppose, lucky to get the points in the end. But I think we deserved it in the way we fought back.
A couple of bad lapses tonight, though, in the second quarter and also the third and the start of the last.
Yeah, I think that's the thing we've got to look at. Our consistency over 4 quarters is down a bit, and I'm sure we're going to address that at training this week and hopefully come out better. next week.
Well, you yourself are enjoying a great season. Going to have a good night.
Thanks,
Well
Gary.
done. Back to you.
Good on you, Neil. Matthew Connell had 22 kicks and 3 handballs to none. The Weed and Rashuto, the young fella McLeod come off. Pittman was good. Ingerson with the tracksuit top on. So over 40,000 here again tonight. They saw a thriller, didn't they? The Crows finally got home by 8 points, 11-11 to 10-9.
Rex and the team in the original Footy Forum. The Sports World Footy Panel. Sundays on 7.
Sip and save? You bet you can. Every day. Just get a load of these Sip and Savin' specials. Eagle Blue cans or stubbies are cool, $18.99 a carton. Killawarra Brew, the toast of the town, at just $6.99. St Agnes Brandy, just dandy at $16.99. And Clancy's Gold Preference, overflowing with value, $8.99. Get into your nearest Sip and Save. They're everywhere, with everyday low prices.
Mate, you want to call your dog off?
What's the problem?
I think he wants me Farmers Unionised coffee.
I'd put it down quick if I were you.
Yeah, you're right.
Hot water gone cold? Need your water heater repaired or replaced? Call the 24-hour hot water helpline, 366 1800.
This is Rare Earth, right in the heart of Camden Park. Brand new residential land just 8 kilometres from the city centre, only minutes from Glenelg. Meet the agent on site this Saturday at Camden Park Estate, Fitzroy Avenue, Camden Park. Rare Earth indeed.
When the whistle blows, you can run, but you can't hide.
Hide? From who?
If we beat the Aussies, we win the Cup, and we will beat the Aussies.
I don't think so. Don't get in our way, boys, because we're going to tackle you.
Oh, really? Check this out.
This is our chance to be world champions.
Nah.
This RAA symbol has always represented the pinnacle in motor service standards. Earning RAA endorsement is the toughest test of all. One service group has set their sights on this ultimate goal, to offer nothing less than the highest standards, and so earn the right to display the RAA symbol at every one of its outlets. Not surprising, that group is Ultratune. There are 16 Ultratune service centres and they're all RAA approved. Ultratune, in tune with you and your car.
7 Nightly News is about stories that are relevant to people's lives.
Relevant.
What we aim to do is put the world at your fingertips.
Your world.
The out-of-control semi slammed into the back of their caravan.
We're the closest station to the AFL.
The news of the day, on the day, as it happens.
Nobody knows how to live like 7.
Got really desperate in the end for both teams. Melbourne hitting the front by 10 points at one stage in the final term, but Adelaide coming home with a rush, 3 late goals and winning 11-11 to 10-9, 77-69. And Kevin, the game really lifted after three-quarter time, didn't it? I think Hilton's goal in particular really set the standard.
It was a great goal in the last term and really gave Melbourne hope. And when they got 10 points in front late in that final term, it did look like that they were going to grab the ascendancy and come from behind and win. Neil Baum's had a horrid time this year, 6 losses, but they've been so competitive in all 6 games. And of course, full marks to the Crows because they looked the winners on a couple of occasions, then Melbourne fought back, and in that last turn they looked gone, yet they were able to get back and win. So good news there for Robert Shaw and his boys.
That's for sure. Let's look at some selected highlights, and we start with the opening goal for Melbourne. Jamison made a mistake here. He kicked the ball off the ground. It went out of bounds on the full. I guess in a way, when you look back, he might have gone for deliberate anyway, had the ball not gone through for a point, and Cow kicked a terrific goal.
Well, I think if as long as the ball had went along the ground, not out of bounds on the full, I think he would have got away with it because he was kicking the ball forward. But Cow opened the Demons' account there. They actually kicked 2 goals in the first 7 minutes. And that was a terrific effort to kick 2 goals in the first 7 minutes, and they looked like they were on fire. But unfortunately, they didn't kick another goal till very, very late in the second term.
And they came back strongly, and they kicked the next 3 goals in this term after Cow's first. This is some good play by McCartney, who had some moments tonight, didn't he, on the forward line?
Well, he kicked a couple of goals, and it's important that he actually kicks goals because he missed a very, very easy one from only about 10 metres out. This we see Risciuto here running onto the ball. This is a terrific snapshot by McCartney on his left boot, and well, you know, when you consider he missed a set shot from 5 metres out, it's much nicer if you can finish the game with 3 goals than 2, because he's a young boy still making his way in the game.
I just wonder where Robert Shaw sees McCartney at this stage. He's doing reasonably well. He still hasn't quite made it, has he?
No,
he's hanging on.
No, not yet. I mean, if he had to, say, kick 3 goals, it gives the kid confidence, because it's nice to see 3 goals next to your name, but he can play at centre-half back as well. He gives him a bit of height on the forward line.
Viney, who was very much a part of the action, was involved in this bit of play, but as the Crows were going forward.
Look, I thought he was great, Viney. He's back from suspension, but he really got in hard. It was as if he decided to really fly the flag for the Melbourne side, put his body on the line all the time. We see Modric coming out there. I thought Sean White did a terrific job tonight.
Yeah, Modric with 3 goals.
Yeah, kicked 3, but I thought White and Modric had a terrific duel.
McDermott was a body blow, wasn't he, for the Crows? He went off that quarter time with a sort of hamstring back of the knee, and Wiedemann also came off with under the blood rule. He was on and off the bench most of the night, the Weed, wasn't he?
Yes, he had a few times off the interchange bench, but that's the way they play the game these days, with guys coming on and off all the time. Fresh legs. He did come off that time with the blood rule and had some stitches.
Melbourne had a lot of chances in the second quarter. This is one of them that went begging. Jamison makes the mistake kicking the ball in, and we saw Lovett miss the goal, and Hilton had a tremendous chance here, didn't he?
Yes, well, Hilton kicked a couple of goals, but this was a bad miss. And at this particular point of time, Melbourne had really struggled to score and get the ball onto their forward line in that second term, and they missed that easy goal. And at that stage, it did appear that Melbourne was only going to get a few chances to score, and they were going to waste them.
What about Jimmy Steins tonight? He gave away 2 very important free kicks early in the third quarter, and he was really in the wars after this incident. I think he has an ankle injury.
Yes, he went down there, Jimmy, as if he was poleaxed. He's holding his head there. We can see he sort of crashed in. He may have just twisted his ankle. You can see there where his foot just went over there. And Jimmy went off, and that enabled Big Irving to come on. And he played quite well, I think, Big Irving. But when you consider no Steins tonight, no Lyon pulled out, and no Charles, they lost 3 of their very, very good players. Although Wren and McGuinness are fair 2 players for the Crows.
Hilton kicked that remarkable goal at the start of the last quarter. It really was superb, but Adelaide, as this was in the third term, when Hilton went down to the forward line, come off the interchange bench, hadn't he?
Interchange, yeah. And he kicked this low trajectory kick, just got past the fingertips there of the Crows defender.
And then Smith got a goal. About a minute after this, McKinley had to get rid of it in a hurry, and this put Melbourne within 7 points.
Yes, with Sean Smith snapping that. Luke Norman, who come off the interchange bench, forced McKinnon then to have that wild hand pass, and as a result, you're pointing
because we were about to see Hilton's unbelievable goal in the last quarter from that play there, but we didn't quite. So they were able to get back at the end of the third quarter and then take the initiative at the start. I think when Obbs kicked that goal and they hugged him, they thought they were home, the Demons, don't you?
Well, you've got to be careful that you don't think the game is won when there's still plenty of time. But at that particular point of time, they were coming home with a wet sail. They'd kicked a couple of really terrific goals. They were starting to move the ball. I thought Barr may have said to him at three-quarter time, move the ball a lot more, quicker than what we have been during the course of the game. Run to space so we can chip the ball. And all of a sudden they started to find some targets, and they went bang, bang, kicked those couple of quick goals. But unfortunately, they got a couple of bad bounces, one to Smart, which kicked a goal, and then Dyson fell over at a critical time from a poor kick from Kingo.
So that was the situation. Adelaide getting home, and in that last quarter, This was a terrific bit of play between White and Modra. We've talked about their duel or not. Got to say that Modra contributed in the end, though, didn't he?
Oh, yes. He never stopped trying, and I think that's been one of the things that they've been happy with, the Adelaide Crows, that even though he hasn't been kicking a lot of goals, I think they've been pretty happy with the way that he's chased and tackled areas of his game that may not have been strong in over the past couple of years.
Fair enough, Kevin. We're going to take a break from Footy Park. Back with more after this.
Saturday, May 6th is McHappy Day. $1 from every Big Mac you buy goes to Ronald McDonald Children's Charity and Variety Club to help change the life of a special child. Join in the fun at your local McDonald's and please, eat generously.
According to NRMA and RACB claim records, in the 2 years since Ford's SmartLock immobilization system was introduced, there hasn't been one genuine theft of a Falcon fitted with SmartLock, and that's a fact.
Just beyond an ordinary life, something big, a secret world, full of power. You can feel it, and it's about to go out of control. From the director of Rumper Stomper, Metal Skin, a Jeffrey Wright film.
This is Rare Earth, right in the heart of Camden Park. Brand new residential land just 8 kilometres from the city centre, only minutes from Glenelg. Meet the agent on site this Saturday at Camden Park Estate, Fitzroy Avenue, Camden Park. Rare Earth indeed.
You're the most scrumptious stowaway I've ever met, said you, darling. Oh! Bunnings are dropping their prices!
Big 8-metre rolls of gutter guard, great value at 2 for $4. Save $4 on this hatchet, now just $5.95. Plastic laundry basket, $4.95. Even less for handy card holders. 10-litre Dulux wash and wear, $79.95. And this pruning saw, a bargain at only $4.95. The Bunnings 10-day price drop is on now. Hurry!
Pat Bunnings! Final scores again at Football Park. The Crows 77-69. Modra with 3 and Rashuto with 3 for Adelaide. And for Melbourne, Hilton got 2 and Seacamp 2. We'll take a look, Kevin, at the team stats. We start with Adelaide. Connell was very prominent in the first half. He remained so. And Rashuto, what a good performance by him.
Well, they were 2 very good players all night for the Adelaide Crows. Jarman, you mentioned, played very, very well in the last quarter, and you could see after the game how excited he was with the win. But he played a very important role because of his kicking, always hitting its target. And Modra, with only the 7 kicks, but he did kick 3 goals, turned out to be a very important contribution with his great duel with Sean White. And I thought Ben Hart did a good job on Tingo.
So that was the leading page for the Crows with Rashuto, and we go down through the list. Chalmers played very little part today. McDermott went off injured after having an excellent first quarter. So that was from the Crows' point of view with Rashuto and also Connell right up the top. Now from Melbourne, Viney had a lot of touches, particularly in the first half, but you may mention throughout the night that it was their disposal that let them down badly. They had a lot of touches, but they very rarely hit the man.
They very rarely hit the target, and I think that's one part of the game Neil Barn would have been very, very disappointed with tonight. But Viney had 27 possessions, but it's just not his possessions. Sometimes they don't even hit their targets, but I just thought the way that he approached the game tonight, the ferocity of the way that he attacked the ball was terrific. Hilton, at one stage there, Robbo thought he was nearly Melbourne's best player in the first half and benched in the third term, came on and kicked a couple of terrific goals. Dyson started slowly, got a little bit better as the game went on, although he looked like he finished with a bit of a sore leg. Stephen Phoebe kicked an early goal, starting the forward line alongside Sean Smith. I thought Primke was pretty good across half-back, and I thought Neitz also did a good job when he went down to centre-half forward. Maybe not with a lot of possessions, but just the fact that he was a target, he's got a lot of talent.
And we look through the second page. Lovell was off the bench. Neitz, as you said, 6 marks. He did pretty well. Stein's a bit of a struggle. Smith did kick a goal.
And Sean White, even though only the 4 kicks and 3 handballs, played a very good game.
He sure did. So they're the stats for the 2 teams. Let's go down to the Adelaide rooms. Neil Curley's down there with Mark Rashuto. He played a great game, didn't he, Neil?
Certainly did, Bruce. And Mark started half forward most games this year and sort of interchanging through the centre. Is that sort of going to be the job Robert Shaw's going to give you?
It's been that way so far, just sort of playing in between full forward and centre half forward, trying to give us another option up there, but it changes every week and you just got to, wait until each week and then just play where you put.
not a consistent performance tonight, right through the match. There were 3 flat spots in the second, third and fourth quarter. Can you see that thing happening out there? Can you hear the players drop off or something?
Yeah, you can definitely see it out there. I don't know what the problem is. I suppose if we knew what it was, it wouldn't happen. But I suppose McDermott was out tonight with an injury, and McGuinness was out, and perhaps a couple of our on-field leaders when they're out, the torque drops, and that might be causing it.
Mark, Bruce McAvaney up top. It's not an easy game. It is a man's game, as they say, the old cliche, but it looked very physical tonight. Did you find it that way?
Yeah, Melbourne are always like that, and we knew they'd come out and hit us pretty hard, and we just held on, and they kept coming back as they did in the last quarter, and we were good enough tonight to keep going.
Mark, Kevin Bartlett, I've always felt that the Crows have lacked crummers at the foot of the pack when Modra flies or you fly, that Brown and Liptak in the side tonight. And in the past, the smaller guys, even Tony McGuinness, not really goal kickers, and I think that's an area of the game that the Crows really need to lift in.
Yeah, I suppose we've never really got a permanent centre-half forward where you know the ball's going to go to, so I think Brownie and that a bit confused where to run to, and tonight we sort of had me and Mods up there, and they knew where they were going to go, and they got there and got a bit of the footy tonight, which was good.
Mark, lots said about the performance. I didn't see it last week. We were at another game. From the players' point of view, the last quarter fade out against Sydney, and what you've been saying to one another through this week?
Oh, it's just we only had 4 days to get over it, so we had to put it behind us and just get on with this week's game. You can't afford to dwell on the past, and we put it behind us and come out and won tonight.
Neil?
That's fine, and well played, young fella. All the very best.
Thank you.
Back to you, Bruce.
Good on you, Neil. Thanks for that with Mark Rasciuto, who was one of the very best for the Crows. We're going to take a break. Back with more after this from Footy Park.
When you just need a little help too, read the fine print, find the right number, knit 1, purl 2. Keep up with world events. For D4 to A5, find out who done it, pick a winner, sew the ranunculus, read the directions, get the right ingredients. Then look to Burke's Chemists for fashion frame reading glasses in a range of 6 magnifications, only $29.99. Burke's Chemists, Rundle Mall, opposite the fountain.
The Persian Carpet Gallery half-price sale is now on.
Save on this beautiful durry. Was $4.50, now $225. Hundreds of beautiful living and dining room carpets reduced to half price. This rug was $3,800, now $1,900. Hall runners reduced to half price. All Chinese carpets now half price. Hurry to the Persian Carpet Gallery half price sale. 18 Decantable Terrace, Kent Town. Open 7 days, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
When you're playing the international circuit, it's always important to choose the right club. The Qantas Club.
Only Qantas gives you the comfort of your own club around Australia and the world.
He's halfway to hell with no way out.
You are nothing.
The star of Highlander, Christopher Lambert.
I don't think you realize your predicament.
Caught in a prison of the future.
This is an unauthorized thought process.
Where the punishment is the ultimate crime.
Let's find out.
Filmed entirely in Australia.
Activate the strike clone.
The unmatched excitement of the most thrilling action movie since Total Recall. Christopher Lambert in Fortress. 8:30 Sunday on 7.
Goals hard to get all night. In fact, if you'd shown us this score when we flew over today, we would have believed it. We thought it would be tight, low scoring, didn't we, Kevin? 11 goals to 10. And we take a look, Kevin, at the score fluctuations, and we'll see that for most of the night, the Crows were in front of Melbourne. Melbourne kicked the first 2 goals. Crows in green, Melbourne in red. But for one, if you're a Melbourne supporter, magic moment in the last quarter, the red went above the green, didn't it?
Yes, and
a big gap there for a while, wasn't it?
It was a big gap, and it took Melbourne a long time to get their 3rd goal, but when they actually hit the front in that last term, it looked like maybe they were going to get their first 4 points of the year, but full marks to Adelaide.
So you can see from that point that Adelaide with the advantage for most of the time. Now we'll take a look at the what we call the leads graphic in a moment, which will show you that the amount of time that Adelaide led in this match compared with the amount of time that the Demons led, and the big margins through the match. Well, Melbourne at one stage trailed by 25 points after early in the game leading by about 12 points. So that'll come up in just a moment. But you'll see that Adelaide were in front for, like, I guess, for about, well, there's the margins. The biggest margin Adelaide had was 25. And the biggest margin that Melbourne had was 11. Adelaide at the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Now, Adelaide led for 77 minutes, Kevin.
Yeah.
And Melbourne for 17 only. And the lead changed hands only 3 times, which is pretty remarkable, but did show you the pattern of the match, that low scoring, tight, but Adelaide were in front for nearly the whole of the game.
Well, Melbourne hit the front early in the first term when they kicked their first 2 goals, but then they went for that long period without scoring a goal and also actually hitting the front. So, I mean, Adelaide for most of the night were in front, and sometimes that's a worry when you're coaching a side. You seem to be in front all night, yet a side misses a lot of chances, and then all of a sudden the opposition comes up, hits the front, and all of a sudden the game's over, and you look back and you think, you know, gee whiz, we've just lost the game that we've been in front and controlled the game.
Yeah, where did it get away? Your votes for Sports World, the $20,000 courtesy of McDonald's. Hard to give, or was it pretty obvious?
No, I thought it was hard to give tonight because some players in and out of the game, but I thought Rishudo was a terrific player on the forward line. He booted his 3 goals. I thought Viney was great for Melbourne, particularly when they were struggling in that first half, and I thought Connell also did a very good job. He's had a very, very good season.
He sure has. And from Melbourne's point of view, well, they've now lost their first 6. Their worst performance, 1974, when they lost their first 9. The significant point here, Kevin, is when they've had very bad starts, they haven't been able to play in the finals. The brackets on the right is their finishing position that year. Now, they're 0-6. It's a 22-game season. If you need 12 wins, maybe 13 to get in, they've got to now win 12 out of their last 16 games to make it.
No, I don't think Melbourne's got any chance now of making the finals. I don't think they can do that now. They won their first 5 games last year, and then from memory they may have lost 5 out of the next 6 games.
They lost a whole heap in a row.
And then came home with a wet sail. So they've probably got the capacity to rebound, but they really need to get Gary Lyon back and the likes of Sean Charles and David Swartz. I can't see Swartz playing a significant role even when he comes back. He's been out of the game a long time now from a knee injury, and it's be very rare for a player to come back and all of a sudden start dominating the way he did last year. I think Melbourne, unfortunately, have missed their chance. I think it's just a matter now of just chipping away and trying to get a few wins and gain a bit of prestige for the rest of the season.
Well, Neil Curley, you're down there with Rodney Jamieson from Adelaide's point of view. This too was a must-win, wasn't it? Because 3-3 is not bad. 2-4 would have been a bit desperate.
Certainly, Bruce. And Rod, from a backman's point of view, in the last half in particular, you were seeing too much of the ball coming down.
Oh, look, you know, I thought it was going to happen all over again. But, you know, to the boys' credit, we showed a bit of character and we fought it out and took the points.
Well, you had to, didn't you? Like that game, 10 minutes to go, or even 7 minutes to go, you guys were in real trouble and you had to show some damn character and also some commitment.
Oh, look, we just had to, you know, turn it around. We've got some inexperienced players, got some young players that came in tonight, and we're losing a few of our older players that have got that experience. So, you know, it's a real, we've got to start to build a bit of character, and we've got to turn our season around, and, you know, hopefully tonight was a start.
Rod, Kevin Bartlett, Gary Lyon pulled out of the side. When did you know that he wasn't playing? And if he had have played, would you have picked him up?
Yeah, well, it wasn't actually until we ran out in the ground that he was unaware. Nigel Smart was actually going to pick him up at first, so we got out there and Nigel was looking around for him, and that was it.
Rodney, you don't make too many mistakes. You're usually a great kick. You made a couple tonight. One out of bounds on the fall early. I shouldn't remind you, should you, of these?
Yeah.
And then that kick in that Hilton didn't quite kick the goal from.
Yeah, no, I've been, the last couple of weeks, I've been a little disappointed with my disposal because I do work pretty hard on that, and yeah, it's been a little down, so I need to do a bit of work on it.
Just jumping in, Bruce, Rod, Matty Connell, he's been a fantastic pickup for the Crows.
Yeah, he's, you know, he's just very fit and runs all day, and he's been that lick man. You know, we've got between, you know, our half-back and the full forward line, and he just carries the ball. And, you know, we're doing the things that we probably haven't done in the years gone by, in the shepherding, the smothering, the tackling, and, you know, and he's getting down the field and disposing to our forwards.
Rodney, you kicked 49 goals in your first year. You were the leading goal kicker for the Crows, but really have found yourself back in defence over the last couple of years. Is Robert now just trying to, just shore up things back there, to use a pun, with yourself at full-back and Nigel at centre-half back and McCartney at centre-half forward? 3 trouble spots for the Crows ever since you've come into the competition?
Yeah, I mean, we've always sort of struggled sort of down the line a little bit, but no, I think Brett Chalmers, it depends on who plays up full forward. I mean, we're pretty flexible in that regard, but I think Brett will be our mainstream full-back. Nigel and I sort of, you know, pretty flexible at centre-half back. Otherwise, we're sort of out in the flanks or in the pockets, and, you know, we've got a mix of the inexperienced and a couple of the older blokes, so hopefully, you know, with a couple of games under their belt, we can, you know, have a solid, you know, back line and we can carry it through.
Rodney, there's been a lot of discussion concerning the scheduling of matches. Now, Adelaide copped the rough end, I felt, this week. You had to play on Sunday afternoon in Sydney and then front up again on Friday night. Is it tough when you lose one day out of a week?
Yeah, definitely. It's particularly for for the older blokes, and I guess Ando was sort of in that category. He's struggling a little bit to find the footy, but he was one that they were a little concerned about coming up after only 4 or 5 days off. So it is a tough task.
Well, you've got to accelerate from here, don't you? I mean, you've got a chance. You're 3-3. You're going all right, but it's that age-old thing. I shouldn't say it again, should I? But it has been tough for you to win away from home.
Oh, look, it's 5 years now this has been going on. We get ourselves into a position where we can take that next step, but we seem to struggle, and we seem to play well here. We play the odd good game away, whether we haven't shown in the record books that we have won too many away, but sometimes we've come close. So, I mean, we've just got to really turn it around this year. It's been far too long, and and hopefully we can do that.
Well, sorry, Neil, we're going to leave it there, but tell Rashudo he got the votes, and we like watching you play. Rodney, Neil, thanks for your efforts tonight again, and a good win for the Crows.
Thanks very much.
Good on you. Neil Curley there with Rodney Jamieson. Let's now take a look at the AFL ladder.
The 1995 AFL Premiership League ladder, brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Kevin, the Crows in the 8 tonight. They've been in there once before, but there'll be a lot of changes throughout this weekend. But the sorry's tale for Melbourne. But you did remark a moment ago that their percentage was pretty good considering they hadn't won a match.
Well, they've got 6 defeats and 82.9. North Melbourne's got some wins on the board, and you can see they've got a much greater percentage, and even Brisbane with a couple of wins on the board. So it just indicates Melbourne has been so close in its games.
There'll be
The 1995 AFL Premiership season, brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Australia, Qantas, McDonald's, Mobil, Carlton Draft, and National Australia Bank.
And there'll be a big shuffle, some tremendous matches. Run through your tips, Kevin.
I'm going for Carlton, Geelong, Richmond, St Kilda, and on the Sunday, North Melbourne, Essendon and Fremantle.
Fair enough, and a reminder to our viewers in Melbourne that the Saturday replay will include that match between Collingwood and Richmond from 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Thanks for being with us. The Crows getting home in a thriller at Footy Park on Friday Night Football.
Oh, Billy! Oh, God.
Monday night at the movies.
He's really sick.
A grandfather's ailing heart.
A bypass won't help.
His grandchild's tragic death.
Luke's going to hell.
Gave life to the greatest gift of all.
Received the heart of his 18-year-old grandson.
The powerful true story.
I wish I could give him back.
You've got to be out of your mind.
Andy Griffith stars with Blair Brown.
He was the most important person in his life.
For the first time on television, The Gift of Love. 8:30 tonight on Channel 9.
Keep collecting your classic years. Keep watching the Always a Classic segment during the Sunday night movie, and you can keep winning all this.
Always a classic, always Coca-Cola.
Ian Berry Insurance Brokers arrange all types of insurance for all types of businesses. If you're self-employed or run a large corporation, no business is too small or too big. Phone Ian Berry Insurance Brokers to arrange a competitive value-for-money quote on your insurance.
Grab some friends for a Benson's nightclub tour. and we'll take you to heaven and back. Stretch your nightlife in a Benson's limousine.
Oh, I've been up to Cunningham's warehouse.
Stock liquidation sale. Road Sound car radio cassette with digital display and equalizer. Sale price $79.99. Road Sound 60-watt car speakers. Sale price $19.99. Road Sound auto stop car radio cassette. Sale price $24.99. Ladies, gents or children's fashion quartz watches. Sale price $10. 30-meter water resistant alarm chronograph watches. Sale price $10 each. And ladies, gents or children's digital sports watch. Sale price $2.
Come to Cobb's and enjoy the ultimate in adult dining and sensual entertainment. Treat yourself to fine food and wines as Cobb's special ladies pamper and entertain you. Live entertainment with lunch Monday to Friday, or dine and be entertained Tuesday to Saturday nights. From relaxed business lunches to bucks parties and private functions, come to Cobb's. Cobb's Restaurant, the ultimate in adult dining and sensual entertainment. 63 Light Square in the city.
Recently, South Australia has seen the rebirth of one of the most effective and caring organisations ever conceived to help young people reach their full potential. The Service to Youth Council was first born in 1958 here in Adelaide, in Wayville. Since that time, it's been responsible for an enormous range of services geared to providing new options for disadvantaged young people. Now, the Service to Youth Council is the SYC, Service to Youth and Community, recognising the growing need for us all to come to terms with and acknowledge the difficulties faced by the youth of today. Trace a Place, Skillshare and Job Club, Street Work. Over the last financial year alone, 25,000 young people have contacted SYC. If the need is there, SYC is doing what it can to meet the demand, and they need your support. SYC, investing in the future.
Let's hear from the man who knows Marge's show best. Frank. Loving husband, father, grandfather, all-around great guy. My own pop, Ed Schultz.
Can I ever have a finer wife than Marge? I am the luckiest husband walking the face of the earth today.
Tell him, Dad.
Oh, your mother got some very nice presents here today. And there are more to come, as I happen to know. But the best present of all is a loving family. And Marge created this one.
Oh, stop it, Ed.
To Marge.
Marge. Happy birthday. Jack, you made it. Oh, this is a treat, Jack. Oh, this is such a treat.
Happy birthday, Mom. Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry I'm late. Dad?
Jack.
Did I miss the rhubarb pie?
No, Jack, you just under the wire for the pie.
Oh, good. Good. And Timmy? Hey, not too late for Timmy, am I? Huh? Am I? Am I? No. Not too late.
Jack, be careful. Be careful of that baby, Jack.
Some advice, huh, Timmy? Be careful with that baby. Who the hell isn't careful with a baby?
That's enough, Jack.
Join me?
Don't we have beer with dinner? I don't need anything more than that, neither do you.
Criticism, Dad?
You can call us anything you like. You come late to your mother's birthday party, half drunk. Jack, now, I know you're still going through a rough period.
Oh, you do you? Well, that's mighty generous of you, Dad.
Jack, not doing yourself any good, and certainly not your mother.
Look, will you let me handle my mother? I'm here, aren't I? Just back off.
I don't understand you, Jack. I guess I never will.
Well, maybe it's better that way. Look, today has nothing to do with what I'm going through. I'm just not great at family parties, you know that.
They forgot cream for coffee. I'm going to walk down. Want to keep me company, Jack? So did I shortcut a blow-up in there?
Worse than usual. But thanks. I haven't seen Eileen in months. She looks great.
Yeah, she wants to get married.
Sounds reasonable. She's a dynamite woman, so?
No, not till you and I are rolling.
Right now, I just want to show up somewhere every morning and pound nails, you know? Get married, Teddy. You can always go into business.
No, I can wait. I want to know what kind of money will be coming in before I have kids or something. Jack, how are you doing?
I don't know. Guess it takes time. Just now, when you said that about having kids, my gut clenched up.
I'm sorry.
No. For God's sakes, don't treat me like a basket case. You know, I still hear Billy crying.
Well, like you said, it takes time. And the contracting business can wait. Things will get better.
Yeah. Tell me that in the middle of the night. I lie awake wondering what I did to Lori. Knowing what I did to her.
$3,000 minimum trade-in is dead and buried. So now we'll give you $4,000 minimum trade-in on cars like these. Just drive into Medindi or Ranella and get $4,000 minimum trade-in. How do we do it? Simple. Big volume, small profit. That's $4,000 minimum trade-in on cars like these from $40, $50 and $60 a week. $4,000 minimum trade-in only from Bob Moran, Medindi and Ranella.
There's more to the Norwood Squash Centre than first meets the eye. Not only are there 7 air-conditioned squash courts, the people who come here to play also enjoy the social side of life. The Norwood Squash Centre also provides year-round specials on rackets and shoes, like this Gray's Graphite racket reduced to just $49. Genuine leather Ascot shoes just $29, and Pro-Kenix squash rackets only $99. The Norwood Squash Centre, not only a great place to play squash, but also a great place to be.
Will your next party sound like this? Or will you rattle the windows with the latest CD jukebox from Dickinson's Party Hire? All the hits from the 50s to the 90s. Hire the Americana or the Mardi Gras CD jukebox. Over 1,300 tracks with free delivery to your party. Or how about buying your favourite pinball machine? Free love with as many free plays as you can handle. Dickinson's Amusement Party Hire. Phone 277-1755 and get your party happening.
Oh, I've been up to Cunningham's Warehouse, yes sir. Avanti telephone answering machine, a bargain at $59.99. Cambrook wallet disc phone with 10 memories, $39.99. Road Sound auto stop car radio cassette, 12-month warranty, $24.99. Road Sound digital car radio cassette with equalizers, $79.99. Casio FX82 scientific calculator with hardcover case for school, home or office, $17.99. And divers watches guaranteed 50-metre water resistant, absolute bargain at $29.99.
Warehouse, yes sir.
We read in our newspapers about all the troubles.
War clouds are hanging low once again. And we need to renew our efforts and our prayers for peace. And then inside, many of us are miserable. We haven't found the happiness we thought was going to come.